Hello, hello, hello! What's up this morning, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to ya all. Good to see ya. What is up, Drunk Master, Silty Smacker, Ravens Boy, Hayok J, Mutant, and Terry, Funky? How is everyone today? I am even more hyped. I'm always hyped when we get to hang out and stream and play Magic, but today, it is a special day. It is Tarkir Dragonstorm spoiler day. So in 1 hour from now, noon Eastern time, we get the spoiler stream with Wizards showing off a ton of stuff, and we're gonna watch it together because I am incredibly excited for this set. I've said this before. Drunken Master, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you. I think for me, Tarkir's one of the most nostalgic sets in all of Magic. It's not when I started playing. I started playing back like original Ravnica time. But for me, it's one of the most nostalgic sets because it's when I started making content. And that's when I first really started, like, 34 Rhinos and all those original budget Magic decks. That's from that era. So I am super excited to have it come back. I expect we're going to get, wow, the hype train's running today. Variant, Jonathan Snow, and Drunken Master, welcome y'all to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for y'all. Thank you. Do I think they'll reprint Triomes? I think it's possible. I think there will be some sort of tricolor. It's so tricky. Like, I think there's going to be tri-lands of some kind. I don't know what other versions there could be. I think the old school ones, probably not good enough, right? The ones that are like just tap lands, no types or anything, probably not going to be good enough. Do they just do Triomes again? Is there another variant? But I do think we need good mana fixing to make a 3-color wedge set work. So we're going to get something. We're going to get something good. Elistiner, welcome to the visual. Oh, shock tri-lands. Oh boy. Man, if they came into play untapped, that would be so busted. But I mean, you could get rid of cycling, right? Like, drop the cycling for some sort of other upside. Percabra, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup, Jeffrey, thank you. Spoiler stream in 1 hour, noon Eastern time. We got some early spoilers, though. We already have 2 cards that came up early. One of them is a card from Marrow's teaser that we talked about last stream. Dracogenesis. We were wondering, Mark Rosewater told us, we are going to get some sort of iconic tribal enchantment or zombie enchantment. I think it said zombie enchantment, but it's going to be shifted over to dragons. And I thought that doing a dragon version of Rooftop Storm would probably be too busted. Wizards, though, they went for it. Dracogenesis, 8-mana enchantment. You may cast dragon spells without paying their mana cost. How good do you think this card is? This card is... I keep going back and forth. So on one hand, in 60 card formats, it's only 2 mana less than Omniscience. So I think in like standard, maybe we have some dragon combo deck that plays it, but I think in standard, you probably might as well play Omniscience if you're gonna like try to reanimate it or something. But in Commander, there's some shenanigans here. For one thing, Omniscience only lets you cast spells for free from your hand. This says you can cast dragons from anywhere without paying their mana cost. So what this means is this card is busted in Tiamat. I mean, it's probably busted in like any, probably busted in any dragon deck, really. Like, it's probably going to be good in dragons, period. But I think that, there we go. But I think that Tiamat's the scariest, right? Because you can play this, then you play Tiamat for free from your command zone, tutor up 5 different dragons, play all those for free. I imagine with those 5 dragons, you probably just win the game. Also, like, Dragon coming down for free, or for 8 mana, essentially. Drawing a bunch of cards, letting you play that for free. Miram, double triggering everything. The card is, it's going to be wild. I'm going to call it now. Dracogenesis, I think it might be I was going to say most expensive card in the set, but there is this Mox. I think it might be the most expensive card in the set, though. Or it's going to be, like, one of the most expensive cards in the set. It is hard for me to imagine this card not being really, really expensive, especially in Mythic. Curious what you think. Oh, also, it is worth mentioning, so with the Commander thing, you still do have to pay the tax. So someone mentioned, I can play Tiamat and then just sack it and play Tiamat and sack it, tutor up every dragon in my deck. You can do that, but you do still have to pay the Commander tax. I don't believe... Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Is the way this worded, does this actually get around the Commander tax? I thought that, like, nothing got around the Commander tax, but... Maybe, I don't think it does. I'm pretty confident it doesn't get around the Commander tax. Pretty confident on that. The other card I'm curious about, United Battlefront. This card also has me kind of intrigued. 4-mana sorcery. Look at the top 7 cards of your library, put 2 non-creature, non-land permanents, mana value 3 or less on the battlefield, the rest go on the bottom. Basically, collecting company, but collecting company for non-creature spells. So double Monument to Endurance, double Simulacrum Synthesizer, maybe Enchantress decks, Artifact decks. I think it might actually be pretty good. Soylent Green Muffins, welcome to the Fishbowl. Hey, what's up, Rainer? Good to see you. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you. Ah, man, this set's going to be so good. Yeah, you know what the best hit is? I think Krim mentioned this on the podcast, but 9-Life Solemnity. Can you imagine 4-mana 9-Life Solemnity? Oh, so good. Blood Moon, and Blood Sun. Back to basics, double stacks. Blood Moon Trinisphere. Oh my god. Oh, Blood Moon Trinisphere. Oh, so good. Would it be too egregious to be able to fetch creatures instead of or not? Wait, do you mean, could you print this same card but have it hit creature? I mean, we already have Collected Company. If it hit creatures too, I mean, we're not that far away from, I think we're like 2 years away, maybe 3 years away from the same card, but just like any non-land permanent mana value 3 or less. I think we're pretty close to them printing that. So it would be very good, but I think it'd still be fine, right? It's still 4 mana, it's still sorcery speed. I think it would be very, very good if any Trinisphere Chalice. Oh man. Yeah, I'm excited for that one too, but we'll see a lot more shortly. We're an hour away. Plus we got all the old stuff that we talked about before. Storm Dragon, the Dragon Mox Evolving. Wizards, they are going hard on dragons in this set, and I think it's gonna make this set a winner because people really like dragons. High Noon, High Noon's another good one. Yeah, Stacks Pieces are maybe the best hits there. Let's do our reminders real quick, and then I think we're gonna play a little Rotodropic Legends while we wait for spoilers and talk about what we want in our Tarkir. So reminders, replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, tons of stuff coming up. Lots of spoiler coverage over the next couple weeks. I'll be doing all the main set stuff. Tomer's gonna cover the Commander precons over on the Commander channel. So keep an eye out for all that. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. So yeah, what do you think the land cycle is going to be? Give me your vote, chat. Give me your vote. Fetches? I will say, oh, my day is going great. Jerk? It can't be Jerk. Jerk 19.5, that can't be. JRK. Let's go with JRK. I'm doing good, JRK. I'm awesome. Arena downtime. Oh no, Arena's down? That's awkward. Is it not going to let us play? That's very awkward. Because we don't have enough time to really do anything else. Let's try it. Oh no. Wait, is Arena literally down now? Oh boy. What are all of our streams just gonna be? Is all of our streams just gonna be actually let me pull this up real quick. LBZ, welcome to the Fishbowl for the 12th month 1 year retop. Big Sam for you. Thank you. Seth, you can't tell me you're not hyped for 8 rhinos in standard. Check out the list I made. All right, let's see what 8 rhinos looks like. We got to be doing some debris beetling, right? I'm not convinced there's not going to be another rhino. I think it is possible that there's Skirmisher Rhino and still another one. There could be another one. It's just an uncommon, right? Like, I want the mythic. I want like, I don't know, Rhino Overlord or something. I don't even know what it would be, but I want like, I want the best siege rhino of all time. Debris beetle, that does look sweet. I mean, that's a lot of drain. I think it could actually work. Huh? So we can't actually play arena. All right, I gotta pull this up. I gotta make sure there's no spoiler. We have a spoiler this set. Thank you, Wizards. So not coming out for a few days. Let me make sure there's nothing randomly on my desktop that that is not supposed to be seen yet. Okay, I think we're good. Man, I'm so bad at this. Wait, so is arena just down? Like we can't play arena today? That is kind of awkward. That is kind of awkward. We got an hour to fill somehow. Maybe it'll let us play if we log back in. Maybe. Hey, it let me right back in. Okay, so maybe we're good. Maybe we're good after all. Is it gonna let us play a game? That's the real question. Oh God. So, hey Seth, have you ever looked at some other TCGs that allow you to use any resource card as opposed to having a specific land type card? Effectively make every card in MDFC, Star Wars, Unlimited, Altered, Lorcana have all seen success with this system. Yeah, I mean, so I played a little bit of, wait, I think, doesn't doesn't what's one Richard plays? One Piece? Does One Piece use it that way? I feel like when I learned One Piece from Krim and Richard like a couple years ago that they work like that. But yeah, I think so. The system's interesting. Although honestly, and I might be in the minority here. Maybe I'm just a boomer and I accept miserable Magic. I don't see the land system as something that needs to be solved. Personally, I see the land system as frustrating as it can be sometimes, but I see the land system as one of Magic's greatest strengths. I think a lot of what has allowed Magic to last so long and makes it such an in-depth game actually comes from the land system. Think of all the stuff that wouldn't work if we had a different land system. I'm not sure you can make a game that goes for 30 plus years and has 30,000 cards without with using like a Lorcana system where you just get your lands every turn. I'm not sure it's actually possible. So I know there's frustrating and it's very weird to say, especially to a modern audience that isn't used to this, but it's very weird to say you're going to play this game and like 10% of the time you're going to do nothing and it's not your fault. That's just built into the game. But the other 90% of the time, the land system allows for such depth and such great gameplay that I don't want them to fix it. And maybe if you were starting over again, if you're going to start over again, Magic was a brand new game today. Maybe you could do something a little bit different to like make it better. At this point, there is no changing it though. There's no way you can change the system without literally making a brand new game. Like so many old cards would go away. So yeah, interesting. Definitely interesting. More fetch lands. Wait, more fetch. Yeah, I think one thing Wizards can do is just keep printing more MDFCs. Like, I am on board. I don't want the land system to go away at all, but I am on board with minimizing the frustration that is I guess everyone, but it impacts some people more than others, but the frustration of getting mana screwed. And I think we've seen Wizards do a lot of this in recent years, right? We've seen MDFCs, we've seen the Mulligan rule changes. Wizards has went out of their way to try to minimize the number of non-games that actually happen in Magic. So I think we'll do more of that is a fine direction to go. More like tweaking around the edges, but I don't actually want to see the land system go away. Wait, Revenge of the Horn. Is this an actual Spider-Man? The horns of the rhino. Wait, can just anyone be a Spider-Man villain? Is that... Wait, no. I'm not a superhero guy. Do you just, like, make a rhino suit and you're a supervillain now? Is this a real... Was this Rhino Man? Oh god. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty tough. I will say. The thing is, like, new fetches with more life costs. I don't know if that solves the problem. I think we also, man, how long is Arena going to be down for? Is it just down for the entire stream? Oh my goodness. How do we... Let's see. Arena status. Full downtime expected. Small download. Oh, that is some horrible. Oh, they're doing it to line up with the spoilers. That makes sense. Well, what are we gonna do while we wait for spoilers, chat? What should we do? I mean, we can go to Moto. The problem is we can go to Moto and do like Vintage Cube. The only problem is we're definitely not gonna get it done because once spoilers start, we gotta do spoilers, and then I have to do spoilers for YouTube. So we can jump into a cube draft and do the drafting and draft a deck and maybe get in a game. I mean, I guess we could play standard on Moto, but do we really want to play standard on Moto? We tried Momir before. The problem with Momir is you actually need an opponent. I mean, we only got 45 minutes anyway. We'll make it fun. Worst case, we guess card art again. I did. I saw Tomer and Krim on Shuffle Up and Pay. That was super cool. It looked like they were having fun. Prop does such a good job with that. Did you get a chance to look at the blue-red control deck I posted in my... wait. Hey, Seth, did you get a chance to look at the blue-red control deck I posted? My stream went down. Can you send me the link, Joe? I don't think I saw it. So if you can send it to me again, I would love to, I'd love to look at it. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna do some cube, just draft a cube deck, and then see how far we get before spoilers. I've been working on and it is a control deck using Calamity and Terror of the Peaks. Ooh, spicy. So kind of a combo control deck. So I imagine the idea is if you get Calamity and Terror of the Peaks, and you can saddle up the dragon with the horse. I don't know how that works exactly, but if you do that, you get a much Terror of the Peaks, you kill your opponent on the spot. That's a sweet idea. Oh, push-pull for reanimation too, so you can get them all back from the graveyard. Aetherize, I keep wondering if we'll see more Aetherizes in Standard. Aetherize is not that bad. It's actually not that bad. That looks sweet, yo. I like it. I like it. Any chance you'd ever do a video of your best and worst spoiler predictions, like a look through various spoiler seasons to see cards that you thought would be amazing and weren't encouraged to ignore that were amazing? So we've done some of that. Yes, I would definitely do that, Jigsaw. We've done some of that on the podcast where we'd kind of do like a yearly, hey, what's up, Doug? Where we do like a yearly review and kind of go back over the stuff we'd said. So we've done some stuff like that. Going back and doing like a full run through all spoiler seasons would be sweet though. The biggest challenge I run into is just I say a lot of stuff about Magic. And the issue I run into is, how do I find it? Like, between daily spoiler videos and podcasts and streams, there's just so much talking of Magic that it's hard for me to go and find, like, I know I said that Arclight Phoenix was not that good. I remember that. Like, I didn't think Arclight Phoenix was going to be good. And now it's like a Pioneer staple. It's all modern play. That's a good one, but how do I find that exact moment? So yes, if I can figure out how to do it, I think that'd be a really cool video. Plus, I like that's how you learn too. Like, I never feel bad about being wrong in spoiler season because I think that's how you get better at evaluating cards, right? Like, you learn from your mistakes and try to do better next time. Yeah, we thought about doing Jeopardy. We thought about doing Jeopardy on the podcast. The problem we ran into was we couldn't figure out questions that were that entertaining. So it's on our list. We just got to figure out like questions that'll lead to a fun episode. It came across either like super spiky, where it was just like very, very spiky focused questions, or it was just very like boring, dull questions. So we got to figure out the questions, but I think it'd be fun. I was trying to brew. Well, I mean, let's cube draft while I don't even know. We might get an A match. No, this can't be right. We want the league. Where's... there we go. Vintage Cube Phantom Draft League. That's the one we want. You know what I need to do? This was how I think we could actually make it work. If I can get like everyone in chat to... I need a little sign up sheet. I need to make like a Google Docs sign up sheet. And I need to be like, if all of you could just go back and watch one video from the past, one video, that's all I need, one video, and mark down the stupidest and smartest things I said. that would be the way to do it. Crowdsource it to the community. Spoilers in 42 minutes. Yeah, I'll have to work on it. I'll see if I can figure it out. I suppose this... Oh, yeah, I guess we should change it, shouldn't we? We can cut off the messing around with the Rotodrobic part since Arena's down. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'll have to see if I can actually make it happen. It's just a matter of, like, it takes time. But if you could have everyone do, like, watch one video rather than me watch all the videos, which would take, like, years. I don't think you realize how many videos there are. It's been 10 years of posting almost daily videos. That's a lot of content. I run into the same thing. Like, I'm sure there's some super cool, like, highlighty content from, like, some ridiculous pun I made 7 years ago on a Matcha Brew. That would be an awesome thing to, like, highlight again somehow. But how do you find it? Oh, I could do a whole compilation of One Land, One Keeps. There's rules to this game. Commander Clash idea, all of the cycle except Great Henge in the command zone. Ooh. Wait, are we saying that Circle of Loyalty is actually good now? Do you think that Bolas is desparked or Ugin is desparked? Only one of them can be, right? Since Elspeth is confirmed there. I can't imagine either of them being desparked. I can't imagine either one... Jackrabbit? Why is Jackrabbit in this pack? I can't imagine either one of them actually being desparked. They're just two of the most iconic. Wait, is Bolas already desparked? Oh, well, that makes it super easy. They're just such iconic villains that it's hard for me to imagine them not being real characters. What do we take out of this pack? Spring Hat Nantucko's fun. There's a Tri-Land, which is decent. Lion's Eye Diamond, if you get the right deck, can be insane, but it also can do nothing. No power or anything. Do we just take try to build some weird combo deck? Baraglyph is actually, it is a very strong creature. But do we want to do some, I kind of want to just take LED. Like, because the thing is, we're not going to be able to make it through this whole league anyway, so we might as well try to build some ridiculous combo. Yeah, you know, I'm going to take LED. Let's take it. We might as well try to build some ridiculous combo, because we're probably only going to get in 1 or 2 matches before spoilers. So we might as well just try to do the most ridiculous thing possible and go from there. I think this hand, so Ponder's fine. Assuming we're trying to do combo-y stuff. Through the Breach also, pretty busted. Vintage Cube, yeah. Vintage Cube and then spoilers in 40 minutes. So 40 minutes of vintage cubing. I don't play MTGO, but I do watch your videos on how it works. So we understand how these bots are making money for the companies and how they are amassing bulk to sell. So the bots are basically, I think we just take Bloodstained Mire probably. I think it's actually either Bloodstained Mire, Underground Sea, or Through the Breach would be those are the 3 cards I'm most interested in. Ponder's also fine. Do you think the fetch land, these are also in good colors for the combo. Remember that Doomsday probably wheeling. Hey, what's up, Maronis? How are you? So we're just going to take the fetch. Yeah, we're going to try to be some sort of combo deck. Ooh, Necromancy. Get out of here, Atali. What's up? Atali, chill. There you go. So what the bots do, they're basically just middlemen, Grawbad. So let's say I do a draft and I open I don't know, a Ketramos. I open a Ketramos that's worth, $40 or something. I open that in a draft. I can go to the bot and sell it for like $35 to the bot because they're going to not pay full retail price. And then say someone else wants to play Modern and they need a Ketramos. They go to the bot and pay $40 to get that Ketramos from the bot, and the bot makes $5 profit basically. So it's actually kind of just like an automated local game store. Not any different than if you sold cards to a buy list in paper. Card Kingdom buys your cards, and then they sell them to someone else, and they make some percentage off, being the middleman, essentially. We should pick a card here, though. Hull Breacher is actually insanely broken. I kind of just, yeah, you know what? Let's take Hull Breacher. Hull Breacher is so insane. We could do, oh my god, that's Fast Bond! Oh, that's Fast Bond! Oh, that's Fast Bond. Oh, that is Fast. Fast Bond's one of the most ridiculous cards in Magic. It kind of works with Storm. It's got some combo potential. Do we do this? Do we fast? What else are we taking? Like, we don't want to play against Thalia. Recurring Nightmare is fun, but that's not the direction we're going. I think we're fast bonding. I don't know where this deck's heading, but we'll figure it out as we go along. What is Lose Focus? 2 mana counterspell. I didn't even know this card existed. Why is this in Vintage Cube? Go away, Omnath. Ooh, Displacer. What is this? Draw X cards. Then discard X cards. Create a 1/1 spirit. Creature don't go with flying for each card type among cards discarded this way. Thespian Sage to go with Dark Depths. Is there anything for us here? Thespian Sage isn't great with what we have so far. Displacer getting is really strong, but you know what? Maybe we take... Let's take Tameo. Tameo has uses in a Storm style deck. We already have green and blue. It has some uses. Triome, fetchable Triome, green, blue, black. This might be the best Triome we could get. Kaido's fine, Jace is fine. Urza's Bobble ups the Storm count. Preordain would be good. Yeah, let's take the Triome. Oh, Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze is great. That actually gives us a Storm kill. What is Urine Monstrosity? 3 mana, 3/3. Trample. At the beginning of combat on your turn, mill a card and then choose an opponent at random. Thoracle. Oh, Thoracle for the Doomsday. Oh, but I want the brain freeze. I want the brain freeze so bad. I want the brain freeze. I'm going to take brain freeze. I'm going to take brain freeze. I feel I enjoy winning with brain freeze way more than I enjoy winning with Thoracle. Any chance of another edition of Seth mispronouncing cards compilation? That is too old. We do need an update on that. What do we take here, chat? We don't really want Witch Enchanter. We don't want Brawler. Oh, Memory Jar, I guess, actually. Memory Jar is pretty good with Storming. We're going to need some mana. We need some mana production. Yeah, let's take the Memory Jar. Take the Doomsday? Are we taking Doomsday? Oh, I don't know if I want to. What else are we going to take? Waterlogged Grove? I mean, I guess it's Doomsday. I've never really played Doomsday decks. You might have to help me with the piles, chat. So if we take Doomsday, all right, how many vintage players we have in chat? If we take Doomsday, what kind of pile am I looking for? We're gonna take it for the fun seas. Well, Ponder's good. Take the Ponder. Take the Wishclaw Talisman. Take Beseiju. All right. I mean, this is looking like it. We need some fast mana. But we have Brain Freeze. I don't think we're actually going to play Displacer Kitten, probably. Where's our sideboard? Hey, there we go. Ooh, Deathrite. Deathrite we might actually play. Possibly. I mean, we're not off to a horrible start for some sort of Storm deck. We're kind of getting there-ish. We don't have anything to go with the LED yet, really. We don't really have any. We want something to synergize with LED and Fast Bond. Also, Hull Breacher. We could use like a wheel effect that synergizes. That would be a nice backup plan. If we just Hull Breacher wheel, that can just beat people by itself. Well, the Rooftop Stormdragon enchantment's kind of crazy. That card's actually very, very, very frightening. Huh. What do we get here? Big Mama Emrakul. Another Triome. Not much for... Huh. Oh, man. How deep do we go, chat? So, I could see a world Sylvan Safekeeper has an ability, which is sack a land. Fast Bond lets us play any number of lands. If we have a Crucible of World effect, that essentially lets us go infinite, or like functionally infinite. Cryptic's fine. It is a lot of blue, which is the biggest problem I have with Cryptic is I'm not sure we can cast it easily. This is a vintage cube. We're not in red. Faithless Looting would be fine, but we're not in red. I guess we could take I was really hoping to hit like power or something here. We can take Consider, just have another cantrip. Yeah, I mean, boy, that is the least exciting. I mean, take another try. This is the least exciting pick one, but yeah, I mean, all right. All right, Consider we will. Ooh, okay. This pack has options. Still no power, but Time Spiral is kind of busted in a Storm deck. Sensei's Divining Top can be Infinite Storm with the right support pieces. And then there's also 2 real dual lands and whatever this is. Menace Taste. Oh, yeah, we don't care about that. So, they've done both, Grobad. There are some that are community created, and they put them up into a run for a few weeks with one that someone from the community has created. But there's also a vintage cube that Wizards maintains, which is kind of the default cube. Yeah, I think Spiral. Spiral's probably the way to go. Ooh, okay. High Tide is a good Storm card. Should we be able to go that direction? High Tide. What else is there? Basalt Monolith. Basalt Monolith is free and makes mana. Wrenn and 6 is a good card. Temple Garden's not really the colors we need for fixing. I think it's probably... I guess Sedgemoor Witch would be a backup finisher. All right. Maybe we take High Tide and just try to shift towards blue. Oh, boy. Oh. Echo. Oh boy, now this is actually super tough. This has become super tough. So, we have two options here, chat. I don't know which one we want. So, Tropical Island is one of the best lands that we could get for the deck. It's an island that's fetchable, and it fixes. Echo of Eons is absurd with LED. It's also absurd with Hull Breacher. And it works with the Storm plan. So I think it's one of those two. You think Echo over Trop? Like, that's the issue. That's the challenge, is like mana fixing that's an island for High Tide, or another synergy piece in Echo that actually supports the LED. All right, we're gonna take the Echo. That might be too greedy, but we're gonna try it. Nothingness? This is like literally nothingness. Untap another artifact does nothing. Expressive Iteration is good, but I don't think we want to go in red. So far, we're Sultai, and I think we're happy to be Sultai. Night's Whisper? I guess, like, this pack is just, like, straight up dead for us. Hey, what's up, Batch Est? Hello, Mr. Streamer. New player here. Is Mono White a good beginner deck to play? I think it is. I think Mono White is Mono White, Mono Red. It depends a little bit on your play style, but I think a deck like that is a good way to pick up the game, because a lot of, I guess we're just taking Night's Whisper. I don't really want to try to Manifold Key the Wish Claw. I mean, card draw's fine. Ooh, Tendrils. Oh my god, but that's Upheaval. Oh, Upheaval Fast Bond. Upheaval Fast Bond that's a combo. That is a combo. Maybe if we just dump enough 2-card synergies into the deck, we'll accidentally draw the white run at the right time. White tends to be aggressive. It tends to be pretty straightforward. It'll teach you about combat, attacking and blocking. I think the Tendrils is Upheaval tables more than I think it should. I feel like the Tendrils might table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh man, it's not gonna table, is it? All right, we're gonna take Upheaval. I can't pass up. The beauty of Upheaval is just too sweet to pass up. Tendrils is a safe pick, but we're not here to play it safe. We're here to Upheaval people. Amara Brett, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super fan, thank you. I did see the infamous Cartographer's Hawk actually working. Do we want Eternal Witness? We really need ramp. We need ramp. We could take the Blooming Marsh, although it's on an island. All right, let's take Eternal Witness. So we have a couple of different. Ooh, Stock Up's actually very good. Rumble's not as good. Portal we don't need. Ancient Tomb's fine. Well, let's take the Stock Up. Well, Sunday nothing. Monday nothing. This pack, much more nothing. I guess we take the Safekeeper for that synergy we talked about before. Wow! Okay. Wait, do people not believe in dual lands? Why are there 2 dual lands in this pack and a Field of the Dead? Okay, I mean, we don't really have a reason to have white mana right now, but this is an island. We're going to take the Tundra. We'll take the crop rotation just in case. Ooh, there's probably some weird endurance shenanigans. This gets LED. Yeah, let's take Trinket Mage. There's still one more pack to go. We could get the Tendrils did table. Wow! All right, no one else is storming. Okay. Spoilers in 26 minutes. The countdown is on. And a random Ether Drift vehicle. All right. Black Lotus, please. Oh, well, we open power. Honestly, should Time Twist actually be considered power? Does it count? Does it actually count? So our options here are pretty slim. Time Twist, another Hull Breach combo piece, another wheel. Yeah, they put down MTGA right as we started streaming. The good news is we got spoilers in like 25 minutes, so we're doing a little drafting as we wait, and then we're gonna do spoilers. Mana Vault's also very good, and Witherbloom Apprentice is also a good Storm card. This is like a Legacy Storm payoff. There is Jace as a win con, although we have multiple Storm. I'm not really worried about winning. I think if we can like Storm or Upheaval, like there's a bunch of ways that it ends with us winning the game. It's either, I think it's Mana Vault or Time Twist. Yeah, you know what? I guess we can't pass up power. If we're gonna consider it power, I guess we gotta take it. Ooh, interesting. Grim Monolith, good. Mystical Teachings, good. Undercity Sewers, oddly good, especially because of this High Tide. And Treasure Cruise also kind of good. I kind of feel like we have to take the Sewers because of High Tide. And then hope that we get something else on the wheel. Spoilers are new. Well, I mean, okay. According to the article on Wizards, debut stream 9 Pacific, which would be noon Eastern time. So as long as the article's correct, it should be starting very soon. Yeah, we'll take the Sewers for the High Tide. We do need oh boy. Well, it's kind of dirty, but Narset Wheel is a thing. And we have a lot of wheels, and now we have Narset Hullbreacher. That actually might be the simplest way for us to win the game. Is just wheel with a Narset or a Hullbreacher. Huh. Well, Polluted Delta's good. Channel's kind of insanely busted. Is there any way we didn't really get many synergies for this fast bond, sadly. Once Upon a Time's also fine. Coalition Relic I also like. Interesting. It did say that it might be that that's the VOD in the article. I'll have to look it up again. But first we should make a pick. I kind of just want Polluted Delta. I'm gonna play it safe. Because of this High Tide, I'm putting a lot of value into things that can get and find islands. Ooh. Oh, there's a Zuran Orb. The Zuran Orb is very close to letting us go off with Fast Bond. Zuran Orb, Fast Bond. We have the Trinket Mage. We'd have to trust that in this pack we find a Crucible of Worlds effect. If we do, then we'd have Infinite Fast Bond. We could just take Snapcaster. We could also just take Oko, which is just a good card in our colors. Proving Grounds, not an island. It is fine. We don't have to play all islands, but Zuran Orb's going to table. It's going to table. I think it's Oko or Snapcaster. All right, we'll try it. We'll try Snapcaster. I think it'll table, so let's keep our eyes open for... Oh, there's a Cabal Ritual Brainstorm. Do we want Cabal Ritual? This deck is wild. We're missing the fast mana. That's the biggest thing. Brainstorm's also good. We have 2 fetches so far. Oko's so good. We're mostly doing spoilers. And now we're cube drafting because Arena's down as we wait for spoilers. Ooh, Gush. Gush is also very good in a storm. All right, well, I mean... Wait. Ah! We did it. Walk-in Closet. That is the Crucible. Gush is good, but that's the Crucible. The Zuran Orb's going to table. And then we go Infinite. Mortuary's all, I can't pass up the combo. The Zuran Orb's going to table. It's going to table. I have complete faith in the Magic gods that is coming back around. This to cycle for the Triome and to support the Brainstorm would be fine. Teferi's good. We actually have a Tundra. We do have a Tundra. Can we take Teferi? Is that insane? We might actually be able to Teferi. Stormchaser's Talon's kind of fine. I feel like it might be too slow. We're going to take the troll. Well, we get the Jace on the wheel. We get the treasure. Come on, Zeranorb. Come on, Zeranorb. Come on, Zeranorb. Come on, Zeranorb. No one except us wants Zeranorb, so it should come back around. Okay. Once upon a time, I kind of just want the Manamorphose. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, literally everything tabled except for the Zeranorb. Like, the Gush came back around last pick. Like, every store. Well, who took the Zeranorb? We got the fast bod. Yeah, who possibly? I don't understand how the Gush, how the Gush and Treachery came around. Which Gush and Treachery, we might actually be kind of, when we look at this deck, we might actually be more mono blue than you think. We can use the Safekeeper. It's worse because you don't gain the life, but it still gets the job done. All right, now we got to dig into this. I kind of want to see, so the most powerful thing we can do is High Tide Shenanigans. Yeah, Doomsday's probably going to go. Bizina, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super fan, thank you. Oh, on the start time of the spoiler stuff. So according to the article, if I'm understanding this right, I believe the stream starts at 9 a.m. Pacific with a VOD after the show. Maybe the YouTube premiere is like after the Twitch stream. I don't know. Hopefully, man, if it doesn't start in 20 minutes, we're going to be a little sad. So hopefully it's correct. So let's see what mono blue. What if we, so, okay. Cut Pathright for now. Cut Fastbond. I want to see what mono blue looks like. Like, how close are we to being a mono blue deck? We're probably going to add a little bit of green. So this is mono blue. Treasure Cruise, I don't know if you want that. Time Spiral good. Echo good. Gush, Treachery, Memory Jar. We could cut Jace fine. Hullbreacher, Stock Up, Time Twist. Trinket Mage. Only really gets the LED. I don't even know if we're playing the LED. We might not play the LED. So this would kind of be mono blue Wheel Storm. And the plan would either be Storm off and win with Brain Freeze, or High Tide into a huge upheaval, or wheel with Hullbreacher and Narset. Like, those would be our plans. Oh. Always Sunny is one of my favorite shows. I love Always Sunny. And Charlie's probably the best character. So then I think, so mana-wise, this can get islands. This can get islands. This is an island. This is an island. So we can still splash a little. And the stuff I think we want to splash. So we have 4 lands. So the stuff we really, really want, I think is Fast Bond, Walking Closet. Fast Bond, Walking Closet. Is Tamiya worth it? Oh, I'm definitely going to build around the new White Cocoa. Why is the information with Wizards all over the place? Because they are not great at communicating. Wizards has been bad at communicating for as long as I've been playing Magic. That's just not something they're good at. Oh, is Arena coming back? That's the thing about Arena downtime, is it often comes back pretty quick. So we need 3 more cards. We could play the Treasure Cruise. I don't think we need the Treasure Cruise. Actually, Memory Jar doesn't work with the wheel plan, does it? Because our opponent's going to get all their cards back anyway. So maybe we don't Memory Jar, and we go like Troll is another fetch. Deathrite. Ritual Tendrils? Yeah, maybe we still want the LED. It's especially good with Forgotten Cellar, too. So maybe we don't Deathrite. And don't Tameo? Maybe it's this. Yeah, let's try it like that. Let's see if we can combo off. So add this. Basic. So the challenge here is we want as many islands as possible. So for green, we have Zagoth Throne, we have 2 fetches, and the Troll. So we have 4 green sources. We need double green, though. All right, so we need 1 forest. Swamps, 1 black source, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can probably play 2. All right, let's go 1 forest, 2 swamps, 10 islands. All right, let's see if we can storm off before spoilers start. Do we want the safekeep? So safekeep, the trick is, so if we have safekeep, we have fast bond, and we have the walk-in closet. We sack a land. Fast bond lets us play any number. We can play them from the graveyard. So essentially, we make a ton of mana. Mana equal to our life, essentially. What else do we cut, though, for it? How good is this Jace? Is this Jace even necessary? Maybe we don't even want the Jace. Yeah, we don't have enough creatures to really support the Ether Spark in this deck. It is like 3 cards. We have a lot of can. Yeah, let's try it. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's see if we can storm off. I feel like this deck, I don't know if it's good, but it's fun. It is fun. So chat, I always ask this on spoiler days. I ask it once before we start spoilers, and then again after the spoilers. What's the hype level for Tarkir Dragonstorm? Scale of 1 to 10, your personal hype level. No right or wrong answers. This is just, how do you feel about the set currently before we've gotten into the meat of spoiler season? Ooh, all right, those are some pretty big numbers. Lots of 10s. I see a 6 in there. Well, there's a 3 from Lord Boy, so there's a couple 3s and 2s. I would say, in general, the rating seems pretty solid overall. It seems like in general. Yeah, Tarkir is one of my favorite sets of all time too. Oh, it's so I'm like a 9. I'm like a 9. I don't know. I feel like I have a hard time handing out 10s. Just because I feel like someday there's going to be this like ultimate set that I'm the most hyped about in the history, and I kind of got to save it so there's something to go up to for when that happens. But yes, I am super hyped. All right, go Islands, I guess. We have the Echo LED. Well, let's play the land and pass the turn. Oh, also, someone brought this up on the podcast. How many of you play Pauper? Someone was asking me about, like, why don't you do more Pauper videos? And my answer was, usually people don't watch them. But I'm curious if Pauper is growing and people actually want Pauper. Are there many Pauper people? Ooh, Third Path Iconoclast. All right, sure. Sure, Blinky boy. Bona passes. We find a Sylvan Safekeeper. Well, let's play the land, and yeah, let's just stock up a little bit. That's a Hull Breacher. So we will take Hull Breacher for sure, and I guess a Swamp? Any order. I mean, we might just pseudo win the game next turn. We'll see. If our opponent taps down, we can do the thing about it. Oh, we're actually close to just winning this game. Everflowing Chalice on 1. Sure, that's fine. That's fine. Oh boy, I feel a scoop coming. I feel unless there's a force, I think we're about to see a scoop. Actually, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a scoop one way or another because If they do have the Force, then we probably are scooping. All right, well, here goes nothing. So here, how about some shenanigans, chat? So we will play this Bloodstained Mire. So we play the Bloodstained Mire, we crack the Bloodstained Mire, grab our land, snag our Triome. And now what we do is we cast this Lion's Eye Diamond. Oh, but they could have removal. Oh, is it worth... Okay, chat, do we go for this? Oh, I'm sorry, dog. Not sleeping is the worst. Oh, is it worth going for? Okay, so here's the situation, chat. We play the Hull Breacher, we crack the Lion's Eye Diamond, we discard our hand, and then we flash back the Echo of Eons. The problem is, if they have like a Lightning Bolt or an Unholy Heat or anything to kill the Hull Breacher, then we discard our entire hand. Spoilers starting soon. Good argument. All right. Hull Breacher. And let's make some blue manas. And Echo. Hold. A bonnet. A braid. All right. GG. Fair enough. On to game 2. On to game 2. I mean, I told you someone was going to scoop. A braid? Who plays a braid? Oh. Yeah, I mean, so in theory, I think we want to try to play around that a little bit more. Perhaps play around it slightly more. But we're on a spoiler clock, so yeah, our opponent would also have 7 cards though. The real issue is spoilers are starting soon, so we might as well see if we can do the cool thing and combo off again rather than grind that out until spoilers start. Oh, did you just see Dracogenesis? Yeah, spoilers start in 8 minutes. If Wizards is wrong again, I'm going to be very, very disappointed if Wizards is incorrect. Wow, opponent has some power over there. All right, opponent playing with power. Bo Schwartz, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you. I mean, I think it should start in 8 minutes. Typically, has anyone pulled it up yet? It should. I think usually on big spoiler day it starts at noon, right? And then weekly MTGs at 1. I think. I hope. Whew. Yeah, you just never know because sometimes Wizards is just wrong. Like there are times when they say, "Hey, it's supposed to be at noon," and then they don't start at noon because they typed the wrong thing. The poor interns. Small indie company. Time Walk, eh? That's a good card. Well, opponent has a ton of power. Oh, well, unfortunately, we need lands more than we need Narsets. All right, that's a land. I mean, opponent can Time Walk. It just doesn't do a ton. One thing this deck is missing is like a Force. A Force would be really good to protect the Hull Breacher. Well, take the LED. Take the LED. Take the Island. Moto. Can we? There we go. All right. And pass the. We can try to do the same thing again next turn. We can just try to run it back. Round two. Opponent. I didn't know there was a Magic Twitch schedule. Oh, Tolarian Academy. All right. I mean, Atari Sun's Glory. Oh, but our opponent's tapped down. Our opponent. Okay, let's see if we got the Force. Opponent gonna get in. Gonna make it 2-2. It's tapped and attacking. We will take our beats for now down to 14. Well, okay. Let's run it back, take 2. So, Lion's Eye Diamond. Polluted Delta. Correct, Polluted Delta. Get the Undercity Sewers. We will actually keep the Treachery. 1, 2, 3. Hull Breacher. LED, sack it for blue. Okay. You're not going to braid us this time, right? Oh! All right. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. Huh. Huh. Okay, so, Storm counts at 3? Wow, that was the worst wheel I've ever cast. All right, yeah, I guess we pass. We might just be losing to this thing. Opponent's got no cards. They have this Bobble that'll draw eventually, but we might just be losing to this Athari Sun's Glory opponent gets in. Makes 2 2/2s. I mean, yeah, we're dying literally next turn. We need another wheel. We need another wheel. We need another wheel. We have a bunch in our deck. Opponent, Arena of Glory for haste. We untap. We draw. Okay, Ponder. That's a hit. Ponder. Wow. We just have to shuffle, don't we? LED doesn't do it. Island doesn't. Yeah, all right. Well, shuffle them up. Magic Gods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you remember that conversation we had 45 minutes ago about games that have different mana systems that don't involve lands? I'm on your side now, Chad. Okay, get rid of all lands. The mana system sucks. Everything should be an MDFC. Yeah, that was like the biggest low roll. Spoilers should be, if their schedule's correct, spoilers should be starting in 3 minutes. 3 minutes until, we'll make sure that it comes on. If not, we're not going to join another game yet. We're going to wait 3 minutes to see if we get the spoilers. We can look on Twitter, see if they posted anything. But I imagine we're just about to start. It's almost time. Well, all right. Hopefully, they have nothing up yet. Arena's up. It is a stream. Oh, the fats. We wheeled into six lands and a brain freeze, and then pondered into another land after shuffling. So we just slow rolled. Click schedule. See, I don't think they put this is weekly MTG, which isn't the same thing. So I don't know if they put these. Yeah, but this is weekly MTG. There's a difference. They do the spoiler stream, and then afterwards they do weekly MTG. Wait, we have spoilers on Arena? Do we have new cards? Are there new cards to talk about? Sometimes they come out. There is an official trailer. Let's see the trailer. For generations.
Ruled over Tarkir, crushing the once great clans under Talon and Fang.
Okay, yeah, dragons, pretty good.
The winds have changed.
The winds have changed.
Approaches. Together, the 5 clans seek to take back the skies by harnessing the power of the spirit dragons.
I mean, the trailer's fine. The dragons look pretty sweet. Oh, who's that?
It was a power they could not fully comprehend.
Watch that dragon just come down and eat that little kid. Just swoop down. Wow.
Darkened with a new threat to Tarkir.
That's a Nicole Bolas doe.
Take the combined might of the 5 clans to face what's coming. Sultai, Mardu,
So it's gonna be Temur,
Jeskai.
So it's
Those who summon the storm
dragons versus clans.
to break it.
That's pretty sweet. Oh, it's noon. I mean, that trailer was fine. Wizards. Wait, is there actually not a stream? No, Wizards. Wait, so is this just incorrect? The stream starts at 9 a.m. PST with a VOD available after the show. I'm gonna have to tweet about this. Wizards, wizards, wizards. Oh! Oh my god, do I hate wizards. Okay, little rat. Like, honestly, this is not acceptable, Wizards. Like, Wizards, this is not acceptable. I know you only care about Universes Beyond sets, but really, even for a lowly in-universe set that's not going to make you as much money as Spider-Man, can't you at least put the right time in your big announcement article? Like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Oh, my God. Oh, Wizards. Okay, well, spoilers in another hour, apparently, because Wizards is very bad at things. I mean, posting stuff on Twitter I don't care about. I think that's like a fine thing to get, a fine way to get announcements out. The part that's bothering me is they posted this entire article specifically to tell you where to find spoilers. And it very explicitly says 9 a.m. Pacific, which is noon Eastern time. But that is apparently just not correct. I'm a little annoyed. I was expecting spoilers. Well, I guess the good news is we get to storm off a little bit more. Hey, Seth, I had my interview on Wednesday, and your positivity gave me confidence to crush the interview. Company said they liked me, and they would be contacting me. Nothing is certain yet. I'm very confident, so thank you very much. Hey, Joe, that is amazing. I knew you were going to crush it. Good job. And yeah, well, hopefully they get back to you soon, and you love the job. Daylight savings time was like 2 weeks ago, though. Yeah, that was a minute ago. I mean, I have some empathy with that because you might have noticed the day after daylight savings time, the articles on Goldfish went up an hour off of when they were supposed to be, and that was because I didn't take into account daylight savings time. However, that was 2 weeks ago. Wizards was incorrect with their timing, everyone. So not at noon. Their article that they published that we were just looking at very clearly says noon, but apparently their article was incorrect. So we actually get to watch spoilers in one more hour. MTGA has a Planeswalker spoiled during pre-orders. Ooh, wait, is it not on, like, is it not posted anywhere yet? We can load up MTGA. Wait, there's an actual spoiler? Maybe. Well, the good news is this cube deck was pretty sweet, and we can see a bit more of it. Oh, wait. So you can't actually read the text on them? Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit less exciting. About it. Gonna lead on a mountain and pass. Bolus is back. I mean, I feel like Bolas is a good villain. I'm kind of tired of Eldrazi's being the villains. We need a new. When was the last time we had like a really good new villain? Or like who else is on the villain list? When I think of Magic villains, I think of Nicol Bolas and Ugin. I think of Eldrazi. I guess Phyrexians are like an old time and also brought back recently set of villains. But who else is like a villain in Magic? Ooh, we're kind of close. We need, okay, let's play the land. Let's play a fast bond. And then we can troll for another land. And then we can walk in closet, do some infinite fetching. You better not Blood Moon us. Broadside Bombardiers. Menace haste, second other creature, artifact. Okay, that's kind of fine. Sure, opponent getting in. Opponent gonna hit us. Valgavas a good one. We did talk about the Dragon Omniscience in United Battlefront. Yeah, let's cycle. Oh no, we got to get a tap land. That's, oh, we can get a swamp, right? Let's grab a swamp. Grab the swamp, untap. Time Spiral. Okay, so we need 6 mana. So what we need to do, all right, we play the swamp. 1, 2, oh, this is gonna actually, this deck might actually be busted, even though we lost the first round. So what we do is we play Walk-in Closet. So we can play lands from our graveyard. We Polluted Delta. Ouch. Crag Polluted Delta. Get an island. Take 1. Polluted Delta. Down to 14. Crag the Polluted Delta. Get an island. Polluted Delta. Down to 12. Crag the Polluted Delta. Get an island. Down to 11. Polluted Delta. Crag the Polluted Delta. Get an island. Down to 9. Polluted Delta. Down to 8. Down to 7. But we have enough here. Down to 6. Down to 5. But this gives us enough mana that 1, 2, 3. Hull Breacher. 1, 2, 3. Do a little time twisting. Oh, and that's, oh my god, that's upheaval. Oh my god, that's upheaval. Oh my goodness. Okay. How do we not kill ourselves? 1, do we just do it? 1. Okay, so we might as well gush. We might as well gush. 1, 2. And then snap the time. Yeah, snapping time twist isn't bad. Let's play the snap for the time twist. Yeah, this makes more mana. 1, 2, 3. Time twister again. Make some more treasures. Well, let's ponder. Well, now we just really want a storm finisher. Any order, shuffle them up. Ugh, island. Okay. Consider. We'll keep the stock up. Well, 1, 2, 3. Stock up. There's a brain freeze. There's the brain freeze. And a time spiral. Well, that's forest. Island. Storm counts at 9. We're down to 3. Let's gush. Pick up 2 islands. Storm counts at 10. Let's brainstorm. Put back a couple lands. Storm counts at 11. What are the odds that they have an Eldrazi in their deck? 1, 2. Brain freeze you? Please? Oh, what a turn. Turn 3. Turn 3. And opponent scoops it up, and okay. The Trinket Mage is to get the Lion's Eye Diamond, which is another one of our combo pieces. Whoo, boy. I think we accidentally built a really good deck. I don't know. I mean, our record, we lost game 1 mostly due to thinking we had to stop for the stream for spoilers and for low rolling with our wheel, but that went really well. I mean, the thing that I think makes the deck good is there's just so much redundancy. We have like so many wheels. We have both the Hull Breacher and the Narset. A bunch of cantrips, so the deck's just like super consistent. This hand, well, we got the walk-in closet. I guess we'll try it. We'll try it. Wait, there's an Ugin? Do we actually get a spoiler? Holy crap, that Ugin is good. Wait, is this in the store? Is this actually... What is all this? All right, let's see. Sorry, opponent. I'm sorry, opponent. We'll kill you shortly. Wait, how do you know what the Ugin does? We know it's 7 mana. Wow. We might need more pixels. We might need slightly more pixels. I mean, +2, 0, and -11. I can see that. Last splash on, on the homepage. I'm sorry, opponent. I'm sorry. We're looking for Ugin. Oh, there it is. Oh, and there's an Elspeth that we can almost see. All right, let's see. Oh, man, I still can't really read it. Oh, my. Oh, wait, those are... Oh! Wait, did they spoil all the cards? Oh, my God, I think they spoiled all the cards. All right. Well, spoilers. I'm sorry. I think... All right, let's exit this. I think they accident... Oh, so I think what happened... I think that Gizmodo is going by the actual time. They were probably embargoed until noon. Going by what Wizard said. So I would imagine these are all the cards we're gonna get. I mean, we're gonna go through them. Okay, do we finish this? Do we even finish the game? All right, chat, give me your vote. If the mods wanna put up a vote, the question is, do we finish this game or do we just go right into spoilers? Because we got some cards to go through. What do you think, chat? Should we finish the round or just call it and start talking spoilers? Because we have a bunch of spoilers. I mean, the good news is this deck it's fairly fast. And our opponent's also an aggro deck. We won't play another round. Opponent. Oh, I'm excited. Well, we don't have to wait after. Opponent, and for after. Spin it to win it. Ragavan. Okay, well, we're falling kind of far behind here, opponent. And we drew the LED that we were going to tutor up with with this Trinket Mage. Also awkward. Ragavan Tribal. Opponent. It's us. Shouldn't they be legend ruling? I feel like they should be legend ruling. Doesn't actually work that way. Opponent passes. We draw an island. Well, we will play an island and 1, 2, and 3. Let's do a little stocking up. Grab Brain Freeze and I guess Narset. And pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We might be losing this one. The poll is up. Give us your vote. Oh, spoilers is actually winning. Spoilers or finish the game? Although at this point, we're about to die, so finish the game is actually seeming likely, because I think the poll, we might be dead before the poll ends. Opponent gets it, it says. Yeah. I mean, we need a serious top deck here. I don't even know what it would be. Well, now we see what our opponent's doing. They're red aggro. Gets it. Oh, steals our echoes. Okay, sure. Opponent. Vulnerant. So they're just red aggro. Vulnerant Epicure. There was an article published on Gizmodo. Yeah, you got it. There's an article on Gizmodo. All right, we'll see if we can finish the match real quick. We're just gonna run it back. I mean, it's gonna be a very quick match. There's this article on Gizmodo if you want to look at it, and we'll be adding them to the site too momentarily. Ponder Safekeeper. All right, let's try it. Let's try it. Oh man, I'm so hyped for these spoilers. I'm so hyped for these spoilers. And I haven't read any of these cards, so this is gonna be the straight up freshest possible reaction. Well, let's Pluto Delta. Correct, Pluto Delta. Sorry, Chan Tomer. I know we voted. I know we voted for spoilers instead of finished game, but we're so close. We're so close, Pwnit. Wow. Wow. Firebolt the face on turn number 1. That's an upheaval, which is a minute away. Well, let's play a Sylvan Safe. Actually, no. Let's play an island. Ponder real quick. Oh. Oh. Okay. Put on top. Put on top. Put on top. No shuffling. Play Fast Bond. Play an island. And pass the turn. Oh, this just got interesting. The Gizmodo article I linked a little bit further ahead is that is the article I've seen with all the spoilers. Amtraptor, spin it to win it. All right, well, we're gonna have a turn. We might kill ourselves, but we're gonna have a turn. Bone Crusher. Oh, they can stomp down to 14. Yup. Opponent passing. Man, I wish we had Zerran Orb. Do we just kill ourselves here? So play the swamp. Play Narset. I think we gotta wait a turn. We play the Narset. We take down the Narset. Grab a... Oh, okay, Echoes. Okay, new plan. We're gonna... Oh, man, do we die? Play the Sylvan Safekeeper. Pass the turn. Oh, this is gonna be close. This is going to be close. We got the Echoes, we got the Narset in hand. Bone it, untaps, and... Well, right now we're doing an accidental cube draft. We were going to play Arena and watch spoilers, but Arena went down and spoilers are an hour later. So, we ended up in a cube draft, but we were like a minute away from spoilers and spoilers and spoilers. Pwnit getting in at the Narset. Well, sure. Narset can go to 1. If they have another burn spell, that's fine. Fear of missing out. Opponent. Discards a card. Narset. I'm not going to let you draw a card. And opponent passes. We draw Swamp. Well, okay. Oh, this is going to hurt. Do we just... Interesting. Well, 1, 2, 3. Play the Walking Closet. Polluted Delta. Crack it for an island. The problem is we're losing life every time we do this. Polluted Delta. Crack it for an island. Losing 2 life every time we go through the loop, which might mean we're just dying. Our deck is doing what it wanted to do. Mono red just deals so much damage. So we're down to 9. Down to 8-7. Down to 6. Actually, okay. So we play the land, we echo, we wipe out our opponent's hand. And then we block. All right, I mean, that's what we got. Down to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Echo the Eons. Wow. An opponent. Slow rolling a burst lightning. Well, let's gush. Can we make enough mana? Can we make enough mana to cast this Tendrils? 1, 2. Wow, we're exactly no. So down to 5. We cycle this for a swamp down to 4. 3, 2. Oh, man. Oh, freeze isn't enough, though, because they're at 27. We need our storm count to be much higher. That's why we need the life gain. We need the life gain from the Tendrils. Oh, I guess we can do it with Safekeeper, can't we? You're right. So what we need to do, that is actually a good call. Okay, so we need to maintain priority. Because we need to sack both swamps. Sack a swamp. Sack a swamp. So now the Safekeeper gets Shroud, unfortunately. But we get to replay the swamp. Replay the swamp. Play the island. Play the island down to 1. Brainstorm. Okay, LED is actually good. Put back Undercity Sewers. Put back Upheaval. Tendrils of Agony. Storm count at 6. Are we going to pull this off? Are we going to piece this together? Sylvan Safekeeper doing its thing. Pound it. 18. 16. More importantly, this gives us more life to keep drawing fast bond stuff, which is the real payoff here. So opponent goes to 13. Polluted Delta. How many more lands do we have? Not that many. Polluted Delta. Down to 9. Let's consider. We might be able to do it. So it says storm count 7. The LED storm count 8. Oh. Okay. What does that do? So storm counts at 7. Storm counts at 8. Polluted Delta. Crack it. Island. 27 cards in the deck. Brain freeze you for 27? Wow. Oh, we found a way. We found. Oh, if you have an Emrakul in your deck, why are you not scooping? Why are you not scooping, opponent? Why are you not scooping? Why are you not scooping, friend? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm scared now. They're mono red. They shouldn't have an Emrakul. Okay. 6. Okay. 3. Okay. 0. And now we echo the eons. We'll just pass the turn. We will not actually echo the eons. Our opponent does have 7 cards in hand, though. They have 7 cards in hand, which means if they can just cast a bunch of burn spells, that would explain why they weren't scooping. Well, we're going to pass. Oh, I was afraid they were going to like bolt, bolt, bolt. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's enough. That's enough. It's spoiler time. It is spoiler time. For some reason, there's spoilers for days. Many. I imagine. So I will give you the bad news. Wow, that deck was so sweet. I will give you the bad news, chat, which is my expectation is when we watch the stream in a little bit, I bet they're going to be talking about exactly the same cards. So just keep that in mind. But all right, first reaction spoilers. Let's do it. Card number 1, All Out Assault. 5-mana enchantment. It's in the Mardu colors. Creatures you control have +1/+1 in Death Touch. Okay. When this enchantment enters, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase, followed by an additional main phase. When you attack this turn, untap each creature you control. Okay. That card's actually very good. So it's 5 mana extra turn combined with an Anthem, and it gives you Death Touch. I know Wizards has talked about in the past that one of the challenges of building 3-color cards is you gotta have a little bit from each color, and I think that comes across really well in this card. You get Death Touch from black, you get the buff from white, and then you get the extra combats from red. That seems like a pretty powerful effect. It does seem kind of commandery focused. We've never really seen, at least in recent years, we have not really seen these extra combat effects really take off in Standard, but maybe we'll have to brew around it. But definitely a cool commander card. Yeah, I mean, it does not say when cast. So in Standard, you can cast this and like scroll shift to blink it and do it again. You can this down it back to your hand and do it again. Yeah, FOMO does give you kind of an extra combat, but I feel like it's a little bit different because it's really played because it's an uncurved creature. Next up, Anafenza returns. Anafenza, Unyielding Lineage. So 3 mana 2/2, flash first strike. When a non-token creature you control dies, it endures 2. So you either put 2 +1/+1 counters on it or create a 2/2 white spirit creature token. Huh. That card just seems good. Wait, is this actually like a power creepy set? So, I mean, I imagine how you're supposed to play this card. Is you wait till your opponent's about to kill your thing. You flash this in, put 2 counters on it, and you get a 3 mana 4/4 first strike, first striker, or you can get another body out of it. It seems like just a good, like, efficient beater. Bekor, Kin to All, a Spirit Dragon, or Amazan Spirit Dragon. 5 mana for a 5/7 flyer. At the beginning of your end step, if creatures you control have total toughness of 10 or greater, you draw a card. If creatures you control have total toughness of 20 or greater, untap each creature you control. Then, if creatures you control have toughness of 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life round. I will say, man, that card's really cool. I wish that last one was you like actually kill your opponent. I feel like if you get 40 toughness on the battlefield, I think your reward for winning the game would be fine. Even though that's still pretty sweet. This feels like a good against the odds card. It does have a very big butt. It's in a good colors for butts matter. It's Doran colors. The card's really sweet. I mean, 5 mana 5/7 flyer is already just like good. Like, it's already big, and it triggers on your end step, so you don't have to wait until your upkeep to get value out of it. This has 7 toughness, so if you have anything on the battlefield, you should be able to at least draw a card. I feel like this card might actually be better than people think. I feel like better might actually be pretty good. We also Wait. Did they actually just put Hoof back in Standard? I mean, we have talked a lot about how green has not been very good in Standard. It's been a tough year or two to be a green player in Standard. This is just one of the best finishers, though. I mean, Crater of Behemoth, it ends... I don't know if you remember. Do you remember that? Was it Hoof? There it is. Let's see. Where? There it is. 2012. Brad Nelson. Hoof, there it is. Does this article still exist? Man, these are the good old days. The good old days of competitive Magic. This was the deck. Man, Ramp, Arbor Elf, Avacyn's Pilgrim, Somberwald Sage, Desperate Shaman, Ramp, fill your graveyard a little bit so you can Lingering Souls, reanimate a Crater Hoof, win the game. Do I think Standard Elves are playable now? I don't know if it's Elves' biggest issue, which is still just getting got by all the removal and sweepers in Standard. But if you can actually, it gives you a big reward. It gives you a big reward for actually trying to build a deck like that. The games where your board sticks, this is going to win you the game. The only other thing I'd say is we already have Nissa in Standard, right? And Nissa is actually kind of Hoofian as far as being a finisher. Excuse me. I think that Hoof is mostly better. I think it's mostly better. Man, that art's actually pretty cool. I think it's mostly better because it also gives you a huge trampling body, which Nissa did not do. So I think this is a better version of Nissa. Plus, if there's creature synergies, is actually better. What is the current price on Crater Hoof? So it'll be interesting because we haven't seen Crater Hoof printed in a Standard set since Avacyn Restored. It's been a long time. So Hoof right now is about $35. Most of this is Commander driven, and this is actually like pretty close to a low for the card. It was in Commander Masters, a few Secret Lair drops, Secret Lair adult drawing, Modern Masters 27. I would guess in a Standard set that I think is going to be a very popular Standard set, I would say, here's the article. This is from a Gizmodo article. It is not a special guest. This is just straight up in the actual set. I would say maybe like 20. I think it's one of those cards that it gets reprinted, it's going to come down a bit, but then give it a year and it's going to be $35 again because it's just like that heavily played in Commander. All right, new Elspeth. Elspeth I thought was actually dead, but apparently not. 5 mana, 5/5. Elspeth Storm Slayer. If you create one or more tokens, if one or more tokens would be created under your control, it's doubling season on a... Wait, that's doubling season on a Planeswalker. Is that the strongest static we've ever seen? That's insane. Okay, anyway, the static ability, the token part of doubling season, +1, create a 1/1 white soldier, which will be 2 1/1 white soldiers because of its static ability. 0, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature. On each creature you control, every one, and making flying until your next... Wow! And then destroy target creature opponent controls a mana value 3 or greater. That Elspeth is actually very, very good. That Elspeth is very good. Talk about expensive. Like, okay, so the downside to this is an Anointed Procession that dies to attacks, unlike Anointed Procession, but is another Anointed Procession. It plus is to make tokens to defend itself, and then that 0 is going to end games. Like, not only does it give your team +1/+1, it's a counter so it sticks around, but you also get evasion for the turn. This might be well, White Hoof. There's no ultimate. The ultimate's the static. Like that's what keeps it going. All right, random uncommon. Equilibrium Adept. Also pretty sweet art. Man, I miss Tarkir. It just feels so magic-y to me. I know it's just nostalgia because I love this set, but anyway, Equilibrium Adept, 4 mana, 2/4, Dog Monk. When this creature enters, exile the top card of your library until your next turn you can play the card. Okay. Flurry, whenever you cast your second spell each turn, gains double strike. So Flurry apparently means cast your second spell for the turn. interesting. Jeremicello, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super Jeremy, thank you. Listen to the podcast. Ether Rift was really over my expectations. So bad that I saved all the gold for Tarkir. Yeah, that I feel you on that one. Frostcliff Siege, 3-mana enchantment. When it enters, you choose Jeskai your teamer. If you choose Jeskai, whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Teamer, creatures you control have +1/+0, trample and haste. Jeskai sucks. This is from a Gizmodo article. I imagine these are the same cards we're going to see on the stream in about 25 minutes. I feel like you will choose Teamer like almost 100% of the card, but it's not really Coastal Piracy, right? Because it's one or more creatures. So you will only ever draw one card, right? I guess in Commander, you can like try to hit each opponent to make it a little better. But in 1v1, Jeskai is only going to draw one card, which I think is what makes it not very appealing. Teamer, on the other hand, +1/+0, trample and haste. That is I would play it just for that mode. I think how you play this card is you play it for the Teamer mode, and then some percentage of the time you're like, I really need to draw a card, I'm desperate, and then you play it on Jeskai just to like get that card draw. But I think the card's very good just because of the Teamer mode. Codis, the Fangkeeper. 4-mana 2/1. Okay, not a great start. It's a zombie warrior. It is indestructible. An ability that is not as good as it looks in 2025, but still, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X cards of your library where X is the amount of damage dealt. You may cast any number of spells with mana value X or less from among them without paying its mana cost. That feels like a very Commander card. Like, I feel like this was designed to be a Commander. You play it, yeah. Look at those knife hands. You play it like a Voltron-y threat, right? You play your Cordis. You try to pump it a bunch. You smash your opponent with it and cast a huge chunk of your deck for free. Kind of like Villainous Wealth, except you're going off of your deck, right? Not your opponent's deck. Oh, of their library. Okay, so it actually is Villainous Wealth on a body. I was thinking it was your library. It seems really fun. It seems like another super fun, cube card, Commander card. Also seems like a good against odds card for Standard. Unfortunately, the problem in Standard I see is Indestructible doesn't do a ton against bounce removal and exile removal, which is pretty popular. And it starts off as a 2/1. So you really need to find a way, like, if you hit your opponent and you can cast the top two cards if their mana value is 2 or less, that's not great. You really need like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 power. But then if you're hitting your opponent with an 8 power Cordis, you're probably just killing them with damage. So it's probably more of a Commander card, but the design is super cool. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, how many of you remember Haven? How many of you? This is some old time Goldfish lore. I don't know how many of you remember this. So back when, let me see if I find the card. So back when we last went here, when we last went to Tarkir, so they had this set called Fate Reforge, right? They had this set called Fate Reforge, and they were hyping up, okay, the next set is going to be Dragons of Tarkir. Because the first one was Khans of Tarkir. Then we had Fate Reforged. Next set, Dragons of Tarkir, are going to be all these dragons. And they printed this land in Fate Reforged called Crucible of the Spirit Dragon. This stores up mana, makes mana for dragons. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take and I'm going to buy a whole bunch of these because they're going to print Dragons of Tarkir. And when they do, I'm going to be rolling in the dollars. It turns out they printed a card called Haven of the Spirit Dragon, which is essentially the same exact thing, but just better because you can get dragons back from the graveyard in Dragons of Tarkir. No one ever wanted a Crucible of the Spirit Dragon, and I finally gave them away to a bunch of people on stream. But this card reminds me of it. Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. Land makes a colorless. It makes a mana of any color to cast a dragon or an omen spell, which I still don't know what it is. Pay 4, sack it, search your library for a dragon card, put it, oh boy. Well, I mean, this is a great card for Dragon decks. Great card for Dragon decks. It's no, what's the artifact one? Inventor's Fair. It's like Inventor's Fair, but for dragons. By Maelstrom of the Spear Dragon. That is my MTG Finance advice. Buy 100 of them. Don't actually buy 100 of them. Seem very good in Dragon decks though. Every Dragon Commander deck will play one of those. Oh wait, are Adventures back? Oh wait, okay, so not Adventures. This is an Omen. What is the difference between an Omen and an Adventure, I wonder? Marang, River Regent, 6 mana, 6/7 flying dragon. When this creature enters, return up to 2 other non-land permanents to their owner's hand. Seems like a limited bomb, at least. And then the Adventure side, or the Omen side, Coil and Catch, 4 mana instant, draw 3 and discard 1, then shuffle this card into its... Oh, okay. So I imagine you can cast, you got to be able to cast either side then. So it's like a split card. So you can have this spell to draw cards, or you can have this big dragon. If you cast the spell side, rather than going to exile like an Adventure, it shuffles into your deck. I mean, that seems like a pretty sweet, flexible mechanic. Also, like, that's just a big dragon. I don't think it's probably, like, super constructed playable, but 6/7 for 6 is big, especially with Adventure or Omen mode thrown in. Mox Jasper, we already knew that. Narset, we already knew that. Neriv, Heart of the Storm. So, Mardu Spirit Dragon, 4 mana, 4/5 flying. If a creature you control that entered this turn would deal damage, it deals twice that much damage. Ooh. Ooh. Hastemonicon. It's Hastemonicon. That is one of the coolest cards. Oh my god. I love this. I absolutely love this card. That's so cool. That's something we haven't seen before. So this is, it doesn't say combat damage. So it works with ETB damage triggers. It also works with haste creatures. You dash a Ragavan or play whatever hasty threat. It works really well with, wait, how do I get out of here? It works really well with the Teamer mode. You put this on Teamer, then you play the dragon. Everything has haste. Everything deals double damage. So with Blood Artist, the only thing to keep in mind is it does specifically say damage. So Blood Artist, I believe, says lose life. Yeah. So kind of oddly, damage causes you to lose life, but losing life isn't the same as damage. So it wouldn't work with a Blood Artist. If Blood Artist said deal 1 damage, then it would work with it. So any effect, as long as it entered this turn, it's kind of Ankle Shankery, which Ankle Shanker kind of flopped. Except, I mean, it's a 4 mana, 4/5 flyer. And it's a dragon. I like it. I'm going to try to build a deck around it. We'll see if it's good, but I think we have enough haste stuff. With like Enduring Courage, Natural Haste, I think we can build a good deck around it. Quisari Revenant. 3 mana, 3/3. Flying Death Touch Life. Ooh. Do you remember when Vampire Nighthawk was like an actual thing? Like, Vampire Nighthawk was a card back in its day, and we're going back 15 years ago now. Vampire Nighthawk, it was just an uncommon, but this was like a $3, like, super playable chase. This was like an up the beanstalk of its day or whatever. This was like a real card. 3 mana, 2/3, flying Death Touch Lifelink. 3 mana, 3/3, flying Death Touch Lifelink. So it's back. It's back. It is Vampire Nighthawk, except very upgraded. And then it says renew of 3. Exile this card from your graveyard, put a flying counter, a Death Touch counter, and a lifelink counter on. Ooh, that's actually pretty good too. So you get a better Vampire Nighthawk that you can also exile from your graveyard to turn any creature into a Vampire Nighthawk. That card actually seems very strong. That card might actually just be good. Is that are vampires back? Yeah, the art in this set's great. The art's like so good. It's so magic-y. Rashaka's Bargain. So, ooh, look at the triple hybrid. So, 2 or a black, 2 or a green, 2 or a blue. So you can play this for 3 mana if it's Sultai. You can also play it for 6 colorless mana or anything in between. Instant, look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 2 of them in your hand, and the rest in your graveyard. I mean, we've seen stock up be really good. If you're in Sultai and the mana cost is not an issue, I think this is better stock up. Like, if you can consistently... Well, I think what makes it better is filling your graveyard. Like, assuming that you can cast it, like the biggest reason that stock up is better overall is it's one blue mana, so you can cast it in pretty much any deck. But if you actually have Sultai mana in your deck, I think this card's actually really good. Also does work with beans. That is also true because of this hybrid mana. Its mana cost is actually ridiculously high, so it's gonna work with up the beanstalk. I think the card's actually good. I think the card's actually very good. The power of putting the cards in the graveyard is actually kind of huge. Ooh, look at a saga. Rediscover the Way, a Jeskai saga, 3 mana. Lower counters 1 and 2. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them in your hand, and the rest on the bottom in any order. So, like, 2 anticipates, and then whenever you cast a non-creature spell this turn, target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. I feel like these cards always flop in constructed. Like, I don't know. Is this card... So 2 anticipates good. So it's a 3 mana draw 2 with a bunch of selection. And then eventually it becomes a finisher, but you need a board full of creatures. I feel like this might be one of the weaker cards. The art's really cool, but I feel like it's going to be kind of clunky. I don't think it's horrible or anything, but I feel like it's like kind of clunky-ish. Roiling Dragonstorm, 2 mana enchantment. When enters, draw 2 and then discard a card. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Do you think this would see play in the This Town decks? Like, do those decks want card advantage? What is an Omen? So an Omen is a new type that we've seen. Where was the Omen? So Omen, it's a new type of instant, which works kind of a lot like Adventures almost, except rather than going to exile, if you catch the spell side of an Omen split card, I guess, it shuffles back into your deck. But it's kind of a new twist on Adventures. That card's intriguing. I wonder if the This Town decks will play it. Like, I don't know if those decks care about card advantage, but it would work, right? This is just an article they posted on Gizmodo. You can look at there. Sarkhan, we already knew about Sarkhan. Sidisi's back. Sidisi, Region of Mire. 2 mana 1/3. Legendary zombie snake warlock. Tap sack a creature you control with mana value X other than Sidisi. Return target creature card with mana value X+1 from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only. Ooh, so it's birthing pod from your graveyard? I mean, that is a very strong card if your graveyard's active. The downside is if your graveyard gets locked down, you got a 2 mana 1/3, which is not a very good card. But if your graveyard is active, Sidisi actually seems super, super fun. Seems like a good commander, too. I don't know. Do you think it's necessary to have so many creature types? I feel like creature type proliferation is something that's actually happened a lot lately, and we're just gonna run out of room on cards here. Okay, here it is. People have been talking about Ugin. Is this card actually good? Ugin, Eye of the Storms, 7 mana, 7 loyalty. Static ability. When you cast this spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. So 7 mana colorless removal. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to. Wait. Whenever you cast this spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to 1 target. Wait. So every time you cast a colorless spell, you get to exile something? No, that can't be right. +2, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Nice. Up to 9 loyalty. You're never going to be able to kill it. 0. Add 3 mana. So that means you can play this, exile something, make 3 mana to cast something else, and exile another thing. -11. Search your library for any number of colorless cards. Colorless non-land cards. Exile them and shuffle. Until on a turn you make... you may cast them... That has to be one of the strongest. Not only do you get to omniscience, and get to cast everything for free for the turn, you get to tutor any number of cards out of your life. You just tutor. It's like you can cast your deck for free. You can cast your deck for free if you ultimate this. This card is obscene. So the floor on this is 7 mana exile a thing. But that second static of whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile another thing, that's already absurd. Like, okay, let's say this was not a planeswalker. Let's say this was not a planeswalker, it was like an artifact. What do you think the mana cost would be on that artifact? What would the mana cost be on an artifact that was just a static ability? I bet you it's pretty dang close to 7. Like, I think it would actually be maybe 6? But it's like, it's going to be very close. Like, that is, by itself, that is just ridiculous text. And then you get all the Planeswalker stuff on top of that. What a card. I mean, I guess Ugin deserves a very strong card, because it is a very iconic and powerful character in Magic. So I'm fine with them pushing a lot of power into Ugin. But this card is ridiculous. So it does not technically exile land. So one of the weird quirks about this, which I guess is good to point out, technically lands are colorless. Even though lands look like they have colors because a mountain's red and a plains is white, technically by the rules they are colorless. So you don't actually get to get lands with it. But even discounting that, this is like a very standard will be interesting. I expect Modern Tron can play it, or similar decks like that. Maybe like Shops and Vintage even, which I'm not a Vintage expert, but like those kind of decks. In Commander, I feel like this card's really, really good. It's removal that can go into any color, and then it's gonna be at its best in a colorless deck. But yeah, we might have to do Oops All Ugins. Wow, that is a jaw dropper. That is a jaw dropping card. That is just those static abilities. That's actually 2 static abilities. Someday we're gonna have a Planeswalker that's just a list of statics. Orini, the song unending. So this is our very expensive Teamer Spirit Dragon. It is 8 mana for a 10/10 flying protection from white and black, which honestly, pro white and black, if you had to choose 2 colors to get protection from, I'm pretty sure white and black would be the best 2 colors, especially for a 10/10 that you're never going to kill with lightning bolts anyway. So I think that's protection from the 2 best colors. When it enters, it deals X damage, divided as you choose, among any number of target creatures and planeswalkers your opponents control, where X is the number of lands you control. You know what this is? This is Dragonlord Atarka, but upgraded for 2025. And Dragonlord Atarka was a card back in Dragonstorm Tarkir. Dragonlord Atarka was 7 mana for an 8/8 flying trample. When it enters, you got to deal 5 damage divided as you choose. This is just like Dragonlord Atarka, but like jacked up to the 10th degree. 8 mana 10/10. So you're probably gonna have at least 8 lands. When it comes in, you're gonna deal 8. It's gonna sweep the board, and you get a 10/10. This card's great. I think this is actually like legitimately great. Oh, can you imagine doppelganging this? I know it's going to legend rule, but this set is so good. Urani's Rebuff. 2 mana. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Harmonize. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its Harmonize cost. So like Flashback. You may tap a creature you control to reduce the cost by X, where X is its power. Then exile this spell. Okay, I mean, that seems like a fine like limited style card. I don't think it'll really see constructed play, but it's just an uncommon. It doesn't hit players. Yeah, so I guess you can't actually finish the game. Although, I imagine if you sweep away your opponent's board and have a 10/10 flying with 2 protections on it, you probably just win the game by attacking over a couple turns. Harmonize is an interesting mechanic. Yeah, that's being able to tap stuff like Cone is interesting. The Harmonize cost looks really high, but remember that you can tap a creature to reduce the cost of it, so it's not going to be as bad as it looks. Plus, just spells you can use twice tend to be powerful. That's just an upside, and that's it. That's all. Wait, no, there's where are these coming from? Those are more cards. I guess I just keep clicking over. Let's see. Hang on. TDC. So this is a commander card. Felothar, the Steadfast. 4 mana 0/5 human warrior. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So it's a Doran. Creatures you control can attack as though they didn't have defender. So it's Doran upgraded for 2025. Play 3, sack another creature. Draw cards equal to the sack Sacrifice creatures tough. Oh my god, oh wow. So this one's not standard legal. But this card is, I missed one. Oh, I'll go back after this. This card's not standard legal, but this looks like a super sweet commander. Like, it does everything you want in a butts deck. It lets your defenders attack. It lets you deal damage equal to your toughness. And then it gives you like a greater good almost, where if you're playing a butts deck, your creatures are going to have really low power and really high toughness. So this is going to be like tap sack, draw 7, discard 1 or something. Draw 4, discard 0. I think this might be the new best butts commander. All right, everyone's saying I missed one. Let's go back one. Voice of Victory. So a 2-mana 1/3 with mobilize a 2. So whenever it attacks, you can create 2 tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature tokens. Sack them at the beginning of the next upstep. So it's a 2-drop that is. So it essentially attacks for 3, I guess. You get 2 hasty tokens. Your opponents can't cast spells. Ooh, that card's going to see a lot of play. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. So we've seen effects like this that keep opponent from messing with your stuff in the past. Think of like Grand Abolisher or Gaia's Herald, stuff that makes your stuff uncounterable, kind of similar to this. We've seen these effects in the past. The problem is it a worse Grand Abolisher? I think it's probably a better Grand Abolisher. So I know Grand Abolisher shuts down abilities too, but the problem with those cards is they don't tend to be very aggressive, right? Like, they don't tend to be very aggressive. So if you're trying to play an aggro deck, you're like, oh, yeah, I need to play this to slow down my opponent, but it's not really helping my game plan of attacking that much, because Grand Arbiter is just like, or Grand Abolisher is just a 2/2. It's a grizzly bear. This is way more aggressive. Like, being able to hit for 3 with your 2-drop is where you want to be. Plus, you get the synergies of making the tokens. This card's really good. Also, Bard. It's a human. It's a human Bard. Bard tribal making a comeback, and humans. Humans need to make a comeback. Also, this whole set seems really good. New Elsha. Elsha 3-fold master. 3-mana 1/1 trample. It's a Jin monk. Trample and prowess. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 white monk creature tokens with prowess. Seems like a commander that should be really good at winning the game in 2 turns. I don't think we've seen any commons yet today, Riza. Should be good at winning in 2 turns. You play it for a turn, you cast some spells, get and make a huge amount of prowessing tokens, and then the next turn you cast a bunch more spells and win the game with this huge prowess attack. This set seems very powerful. Like, there are very few bad cards, and I know it's day 1 of spoilers. They're probably showing off the good stuff, but there are very few bad cards. Cordis Sibsig Champion. 3-mana 3/3 legendary zombie warrior. It's a Sultai card. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard by exiling 3 other cards from your graveyard in addition to paying its other costs. So essentially escape, and then whenever 1 more creatures you control enter. If 1 or more entered from the graveyard or is cast from the graveyard, put 2 counters on it. Okay, so that part's not that exciting. But once during your turn being able to escape a creature, it does look like there's no banana though. The only way you know it's Tassiger is if there's a banana. Zergo Stormrender, 3-mana 3/3 legendary orc warrior. Mobilize 1. Whenever this creature attacks, create a tap, blah, blah, blah. So it makes a 1 token. And then it says, whenever a creature token you control leaves the battlefield, draw a card if it was attacking. Otherwise, each opponent loses a life. Ooh, that's actually pretty scary. Man, every card in this set seems good. Eshik Teemer's Roar. 3-mana 2/2. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on it. If the spell's power was 4 or greater, draw a card. If the spell's power was 6 or greater, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. And then Betor, we already saw that. Shiko and Narset Unified. 4-mana 4/4 Flying Vigilance. When you cast your second spell each turn, copy that spell if it targets a permanent or a player, and you may choose new targets. If you don't copy the spell, draw a card. Wow. Well, I think it's spoiler time. I gotta say, even just this has me even more excited for this set. This set's gonna be. We'll see if there's anything new. So we're gonna watch. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to definitely watch the debut stream. Not sure if we're going to watch weekly MTG. I might have to go work on the spoiler video since we got off to a late start. But let's see if there's anything new in here. Also, chat, how is the volume level between me and the music? Can you hear me? Can you hear the music? Is it blowing you out? Let me know what the volume is. All right, how about that? Is that better? Did I turn it down too much? Is it still too loud? Is that better now? All right, sweet. Sweet. All right, we got it. All right, here we go. Let's see what they got to say. Where's Blake? We got to do our Blake rating. What's our Blake scale? On a scale of 1 to Blake, how is Blake today?
Generations, the Dragon Lords ruled over Tarkir,
Man.
crushing the once great clans under Talon and Fang.
It just feels like traditional old school Magic.
Things have changed, and a new age approaches.
I'll turn it up a little more.
Together, the 5 clans sought to take back the
It
skies
just feels like old school
by
Magic.
harnessing the power of the spirit dragons.
Oh yeah, it's what I'm looking for in my Magic sets, especially my in-universe ones.
But it was a power they could
They're playing with it. They are playing with a Bolus toy. I thought you were joking. I mean, I guess Bolus is like their god, right? Nicole Bolas, the dragon god. Hey, what's up, Bunk? Welcome to the baseball. Thank you for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. This looks a little Game of Thronesy. Little game. The dragons fighting reminds me of House of Dragons, Game of Thrones. Although Magic did it first, so.
Teamer, Jeskai, let those who summon the storm.
Where's the kid?
To break it.
Maybe they did eat the kid. You know, it's actually like a solid trailer. I give it a solid, that's a solid,
Tarkir
B+.
Dragonstorm is a new set that will transport players to a plane they may have visited before. One filled with action, danger, and above all, dragons. Tarkir can be unforgiving. Storms full of wild dragons tear apart the land, while the
This
different
makes me
human
so
clans
happy.
vie for supremacy and try to survive
Look at that
the
elephant.
harsh
Look at that
climate.
elephant.
But this harsh environment
Glacial
has given
dragon
rise
hunt.
to heroes. Whether dragon or humanoid,
Descendant of
they
storms.
prove equal to the challenges of Tarkir. A return to Tarkir.
I mean, if I
would be
had seen any
impossible
of this
without
art
addressing
in
the
original
most
Tarkir, I would have
prominent
believed
spirit
it.
dragon,
I would have totally believed it.
Ugin.
It looks just like.
While Ugin, Eye of the Storms, was present on Tarkir.
I still
he
can't believe this is a
reinforced
real
and empowered
card.
The Dragonstorms,
I can't believe
allowing
this
the
is a real
dragons' numbers
card.
to grow. But when Ugin departed to save the multiverse,
I
the
can't
Dragonstorms
believe
began
it.
to weaken. The subsequent invasion
It's
by
so-
new
it's so
Phyrexia
obscene.
chipped away at
It's
the
so
Dragon Lord's
obscene.
already dwindling strength, and
Like, I
allowed the
still-
humanoid rebellions to gain traction.
Wait, this is
The
old
past
school
and present
Tarkir.
collide as 5
So it is the
clans
same card
reemerge
so
out of
far.
the humanoid rebellion. Their cons finally succeed in toppling the Dragon Lords by
Modern
summoning spirit
Tron,
dragons to
maybe
aid
back to
them.
vintage, lots of
Unfortunately,
commander decks.
the
It's
spirit
just
dragons came with
the cards.
fearsome,
It's ridiculous.
wild
The statics are
dragons spawned from the
ridiculous.
storm
It's
as well.
ridiculous.
They fill the skies of Tarkir,
Roiling
threatening the
Dragonstorm.
5 clans and the multiverse beyond. These dragon storms brought fearsome dragons to
I think
planes
that
were
article was
unprepared for them,
literally
wreaking havoc.
was
and
literally
demanding a
just the same.
response.
Maybe we'll get some card
And if there's
styles,
one
but
planeswalker
I think
who
it's literally the
responds
same
when the multiverse is
cards.
in danger, it's Elspeth, Stormslayer.
I also think
Following
in
her ascension to Archangel
Lost in the hype
during
about
Phyrexian
Ugin,
invasion,
I actually think this
Elspeth
Elspeth
has
is
been
one of the better
tracking
planeswalkers they've
Dragonstorms
put in
through
a
the
while.
Omen paths.
I am
She
very
arrives in
excited for
Tarkir,
Elspeth.
having found the source of
I
the
think
storms
that's
at last.
Elspeth is also. I don't
But
really
she
like
quickly
the.
realizes
I don't really
that
like the
she won't be
showcase
able to
art.
stop them alone.
What is up with Elspeth's face in the
Narset,
showcase
Jeskai
art?
Waymaster is a former planeswalker. who
Elspeth,
has risen
I
to
think
the head of her
Elspeth is
clan
also like
and
kind of
spearheaded
insane.
the summoning of
Both
the spirit
planeswalkers
dragon.
so good.
Narset agrees to join
Narset
Elspeth
we
out of
saw
a
in the
desire
past.
To unite her plane.
I'm not sure what you
But
do
the
in
duo face
Narset.
a difficult
I guess
obstacle
playing in
their
the
quest
Shark
to
deck,
save Tarkir.
play with Monument.
Another planeswalker, Sarkhan Vol, is intent on stopping them.
How's he a
Sarkhan, with his
he's
profound
very much
attachment
not
to
a
dragons,
planeswalker, but
seeks to preserve the dragon storms, and he's not alone. Sarkhan
Feral,
is joined
Death
by an
Gorger.
army of wild dragons, all with the same mission. Elspeth and Narset must overcome nearly insurmountable odds if they want to unite
You know what?
Tarkir and prevent the dragon
You know
storms
what?
from destroying all that they hold dear.
I have
All
not
this
seen a
dragon
single loot.
violence has imbued the essence of Dragonfire into the land.
There's
of
not a
Tarkir
single loot.
itself, forming Mox Jasper.
There's
This
no
potent
loot.
Card
There's
can be
no
used
loot.
to power a whole
There's no
battlefield
loot.
of
There's no
fierce, winged
Jace carrying
creatures.
around loot.
Like the
There's
rest
no
of Tarkir,
hats.
the mechanics
There's
in
that
this
chubby
set will be a
guy.
mix of
Oh man, this
familiar
set's gonna
and
be sweet.
reinvented. Behold is a
Yeah,
new
no
mechanic,
Kellen or loot. That's all I
which
want. That's all I
rewards
want.
players
It's, you don't
for
even
their
gotta give me.
dragons. To
You don't even
behold
gotta
a
give me good
dragon,
stuff. Just no loot and
choose a
Kellen for a
dragon
set.
you
That's all I
control,
ask.
or reveal a dragon
So
from
they're
your
showing
hand.
art for
In
old
doing
stuff.
so gains
So
an
I
additional
wouldn't.
effect
I
when
don't think
casting the
showing the
card.
dragon art of like
When
Dragon Skull
Sarkon,
Summit or anything. I
Dragon
don't think it
Ascendant,
matters because
beholds
there's a few
dragon,
cards they've
you may
shown the art
create a
of
treasure token.
that I'm not convinced are in the
Similar
set
to
unless
how
they're
the
just
adventure
reprinting a ton of
mechanic
stuff.
worked in Eldraine. Omen lets you play the instant or sorcery side of the spell before shuffling it back into your library. If you're able to draw it again later, repeat the process or cast the creature side
That's
instead.
kind of neat that it's like
Cards
infinite
with
almost. So you
can
just
be exiled from your graveyard in order
this
to
card's
put a
good.
counter on
This card's
another
got to be
creature you
good. If
control.
this card's not good, I don't even
Removal
know what
applies part of
Magic's
the
about
original creature's
anymore.
ability onto a new target before
Well, that
leaving
showcase
the
treatment's
game.
kind of cool. I like the art on both of
Flurry
them
is an
actually.
ability which allows a permanent to
Flurry.
gain an additional effect whenever you cast your second spell.
Flurry is
each
actually
turn.
like a pretty
In
good
this
name
case,
if you're gonna keyword
Equilibrium
casting 2
Adept
spells in a
gains
turn.
double
Flurry
flight
actually
until
is
the
probably
end of
about
the
as good
turn.
as you can do.
Mobilize allows you to increase your forces.
That card's
in
gonna
an
see
instant.
that card's gonna see a lot
This
of
effect
play.
creates an amount
Yeah, it
of
is straight
tap
up
and attacking
Vampire Nighthawk
1/1
getting
red
power
warrior
grab.
creature tokens, which are sacrificed at the beginning of the next end step. Hybrid mana gives you the option to pay a higher
Shaka.
colorless amount.
I still
and
think this
using
card's
a
actually
color
really good,
source in the
too.
casting cost. With Rakshasa's Bargain, you can either pay black, green, and blue, or use 2 colorless mana to replace any of those.
Hybrid
picks.
mana being back is
You can pay
fun.
3, 4, 5, or 6 mana.
It does trigger the
depending on your
beans, and it fills the
combinations.
graveyard
The
compared
choice
to
is
stock
yours.
up, so that is actually an
Sieges were a
upside.
card cycle in Khans of Tarkir, and this set is bringing them back with a
Siege is
twist.
coming back is a good
Each clan
call.
is represented by 3 colors of mana.
Teamer
But
on that one
these
seems
sieges
busted.
only use
Jeskai.
2. This can leave you with flexibility about which side you'll
Jeskai
join.
seems bad,
For
but
example, here during the Frostcliff Siege, you can choose white for Jeskai and go wide looking to draw cards, or go green for Teamer and buff your creatures for immediate
it is
attacking.
cool. I like just
But
the
be warned,
design of those, how you
Once
add
they
on the
hit
color.
battlefield, you must declare your allegiance.
The showcase or the extended
And
art
speaking
looks
of
good on
choosing
that.
between the clans, the 5 clans of Tarkir have weathered Dragonstorms and changes to their timelines to emerge with new strength. Each clan features a combination of old and new elements that will feel both familiar
Dragon
and refreshing.
Sniper.
No longer under the thrall of the Dragon Lords.
That looks like
These
Ankle
clans have
Shanker.
each
That goblin
appointed
looks
a
exactly like
humanoid
Ankle
leader.
Shanker.
But they have also each found a dragon representative of their guiding ethos. The Obzon are a
Abzon.
clan empowered by their
Obzon.
connection with their ancestor spirits.
Obzon.
Their
Obzon?
Khan leader, Felothar, maintains this connection through sacred kin trees, which link them to their predecessors. One familiar face is Anafenza,
Anafenza.
found wandering the Obzon territory.
That card's not flashy.
This
Well, I
powerful
guess it's like
remnant of
literally
older
flashy,
Tarkir
but
protects the clan
I
from
feel like this
danger.
card's not
The
flashy,
card
but it's
features
actually
the
just like
Endure
very
mechanic,
solid.
which lets you choose between +1/+1 counters, or a
Especially
spirit
since it
token to
triggers
remember the
whenever
legacy of
another
fallen
non-token
friends.
dies, anytime. So
Baitor,
sack decks,
kin to
play it
all,
for Valor.
is the ultimate expression of the
Baitor,
Obzon's
better.
ancestry.
So better.
Collective consciousness.
Yeah, I
made
know.
up
We got to
of
see the
all
land
Obzon
cycle.
past
If it's really
and
the
present.
buddy lands, I'm gonna
This
cry.
dragon is
That's
able
like
to solve
so
problems
not
by
that
drawing on a
exciting.
vast collection of knowledge and
That is like the
memories,
least. I mean,
making
they're
them
functional, but they're like the
invaluable to
least exciting
reconstituted
land cycle you
Obzon.
can reprint.
However, Baitor may
Obzon.
also be self-contradicting, as the many voices
Baitor
that make
is
up this
Obzon.
dragon do not always agree.
Vitor is
The Jeskai are
Obzon.
a clan known for their
Jeskai.
monk practitioners.
The Jeskai
of
look
the way,
exactly like
who
they did
seek
last
to achieve
time we were
peace
there.
Through unity. Divided
In
amongst
Flash in
three
and Offense in
pondering
response to a
monasteries,
Wrath. I don't
the
think you
Jeskai
want
are
to because it'll
devoted
get
to using
Wrath.
their knowledge
It's
of
gonna
the
be better
past
flashing
and
in
belief
response
the
to like
way
targeted
to bring their
removal.
plane together.
Or during
They
combat,
are
like
led
after
by
blocks
the
are
former
declared.
Planeswalker Narset, who is seen
I don't know if this
here
card's good or
discovering
not.
lost knowledge in the Jeskai archives, and using that
I'm on the
magic to summon the
fence.
spirit dragons
I'm on the
to defeat
fence.
the Dragon Lords.
Oh, we've never seen that
She
saga
knows that
frame
her
before,
clan
have
is
we?
key to
Have we
tackling
ever
the
seen
threat
an
of the
extended saga?
Dragonstorms.
That looks different to
Shiko,
me.
Paragon of the Way, shares the
Shiko.
Sheskai's vision.
I
of a
think
unified
Shiko's an
Tarkir.
old one, but I think
She
Shiko's
keeps
good.
an eye on Jeskai territory, offering advice.
Fetches
and
for only
stepping in when needed.
basics.
A fitting dragon for a collection of wise
I don't know if
and
that would be
thoughtful
exciting if you can only fetch for
practitioners. She
basics.
seeks to understand the goals, beliefs, and actions of others. In
It
order
would
to
solve
best
the power
fulfill
level
her role
issues.
of guiding them towards the way.
Exile a non-land card mana value
Technologically
through.
advanced
It's like a
nomadic warriors,
Snapcaster
the
mixed with a Sun
Mardu meet
Titan.
any challengers with an all-out assault. The Mardu field armies
All out of
of
Sara
lightning
is kinda-
wielding fighters
is
and
kinda
archers,
crazy.
to the chagrin of their enemies.
I've told this story
mighty
before.
army is led and coordinated by their
Like back in the 90s when
Dragonstorm
creatures
render.
sucked.
the
Back in the
Mardu
90s when creatures sucked, what Wizards realized is we need to make creatures more like spells. So they started putting Necrotals in Mana Wars, which were creatures. Oh man,
Heart of
I
the
love
Storm.
this card. Oh,
He is the
that card's
marshal of
so
their
cool.
forces.
But they started
Leading into
making
battle against
creatures
other
that work
clans
like
and
spells. Your Mana
anyone
Ward
else who
bounces
might
like an
stand in their
unsummon.
way.
Your Necrotal kills something like a terror.
The Sultai
Now we're
clan
seeing this
dwell
happen
deep
with
within the
other
jungles of
creature
Tarkir.
permanents, right? We're seeing
survive by
enchantments
nurturing
that
both
actually
the living
function
through
more
their
like
efficient
spells,
farms,
where
and the
it's a
dead through their
aggravated
equally
assault, but it's an
efficient
ETB
necromancers.
trigger on an enchantment.
The
So I
Sultai
think
have
Wizards
a
is
deep
going back to that
respect
like
and
90s
connection
way
with
to make
both
these
the
other types
living
more
and the
relevant.
dead.
What clan
returned
are
dead are given
you?
positions
That's
of
I'm
honor
so
and
bad at these
leadership.
questions because I love all parts of
With their
Magic.
stealth and
I would
cunning,
say
the Sultai are not to be
probably
trifled with.
Abzan.
Sidisi is a powerful
Abzan or
Naga who has risen
Sultai.
through the ranks of her
But
people
probably
in each
Abzan.
version of Tarkir. Originally a
Sidisi.
clan of the Sultai, Sidisi's
This is going to be a
authority
fun
came
card to
from
build
being a
around.
vizier
I think
of
it's
the
going to be
Dragon
kind of
Lord
tricky
Silumgar.
to get it set
Now
up
that the
properly
old Dragon Lords,
because you're working with your
including
graveyard
Silumgar,
instead of your
have
library.
fallen.
Although we know the graveyard is
Sidisi
the
has
second
found a new
library.
path to
But
power.
I think it's going to be a little
She
tricky
rules
to make
over
it
the
work. But
northern
when you make it
slopes
work,
as
it
a
seems
terrifying
powerful.
undead being.
What
Once an unassuming
what
human
wedge are you,
farmer,
chat?
Kotis,
Jessica, your
the
teamer?
Fankeeper,
Mardu?
led his
Junk?
village in the
Ooh,
rebellion
we're going
against
old school with some
Silumgar,
junk
never
action.
wanting to be a warrior or leader.
Can this card see
Kotis
standard
was
play?
partially responsible for Sidisi's fall.
I feel
Though
like
he
it's a
was
horrible
killed in a
standard
Phyrexian
card. I wish
invasion,
it's probably a
his
good
people
against
could
odds
not
standard
do without
card.
him. They revived
Mardu
him
or
with a
Sultai, Jess
necromantic
guy.
ritual and reinstated him as leader, a position he
I mean,
holds
Siege Rhino's
still.
Abzan. I gotta stick with my boy.
Teval is a symbol for the Sultai's rejection of the old ways. The tyranny of Silumgar has no place in their new way of being. Instead, Teval acts as an impartial judge.
Ooh, wait, are they birding
maintaining
that
balance
woman?
and arbitrating the clan's conflicts impartially. The Teamer are adapted to live
Ooh, Teamer in the
freezing
snow.
cold
Surek
and work
Elusive
alongside
Hunter.
their animal companions.
Teamer
This
20
clan
back.
has an advantage over others in the form of their whisperers, who
Teamer's
utilize the
cool too. I do
spirits
like
of the land
Teamer.
to predict the
What
future.
wedge are you
In
the
their wisdom,
least? Like what is your
whisperers have also
least favorite
selected the
3-color
Teamer's current
combination?
leader, Eshki Dragonclaw.
Are we gonna get snow stuff? There's a lot of
The
snow in the art of
Solomon
Teamer.
was brought forth to reconnect the Teamer to the land they rely
I feel like
upon.
this card's
Deeply
busted.
invested in the clan and the
Isn't this
well-being
card
of the land,
busted?
Ureni
I feel like
provides
Jeskai might
counsel
be,
and
as far as
guidance to the
gameplay, I'm
Teamer,
probably least
working
Jeskai,
and living
honestly.
closest with their
The
whisperers.
Spellslinger counter
Ureni
stuff, like
also
that's just
acts
not
as
my,
fearsome
not really my
protector of both
wheelhouse.
The Teamer whisperers and the
Bant.
Teamer
I kind
lands
of like
as a whole.
Bant.
Their
Bant's got
signature spell lets you send away
Knight of the
uninvited
Reliquary, Rocks
creatures
Warmonk.
back to where they came from. It
Harmonize,
also
I feel
features
like,
the
could be
Harmonize
strong.
mechanic, which allows you to recast
Flashback
it from the
mechanics are
graveyard
usually
by
strong.
tapping into the powers of your clan.
Plus, you can get a
Craterhoof
discount.
Behemoth is an exciting reprint.
It's
This beast
back!
emphasizes that the dragons, the Dragonstorms, and other clans are not the only dangers players.
I
will
think this
face
is my
in
new
Tarkir.
favorite hoof art. Like, just
Eshki Dragonclaw
look at that
of
big
the Timber
mammothy
Clan
thing.
says,
I don't even know.
"Some days you
It's like a
wish
walking
you were fighting a
forest.
dragon." Tarkir Dragonstorm. features
That's
a
the, I think
commander
that's a
deck
hoof I
for
would
each of
play.
the 5
That I think that's
clans.
the S tier
These
hoof art.
decks will spotlight
Hoof
the
there it is.
humanoid
Hoof's back.
leaders of the
Hoof's
clans,
back. It's
as well
back
as
in
their spirit
standard.
dragon allies. This white-black-green commander deck is led by the Khan
Oh,
of the
all right,
Abzan
commander
clan,
time.
Felothar the Steadfast.
Fellows
As a mighty warrior and leader of her people, Felothar turns your toughness into vicious attack power.
They're doing 5 commander
Abzan,
precons for this
the
too.
best offense is
Maybe
often
Hoof can
a
Hoof
good
make
defense.
elves work? Do you think
If
it
you
can
enlist
actually make
Vitor,
elves good?
Ancestor's voice as your commander. Utilize life gain
Vitor
and life loss
is
to buff your
Abzan.
creatures and return them from the graveyard. Fitting for the spirit dragon who operates as a combined consciousness of Abzan, past
I think
and
that-
present.
I think
Blue, red,
Vitor
white
might be the
commander deck of
the commander
Jeskai clan
precon
is
commander
led
I want
by
to build around the
Shiko and
most.
Narset unified. A combination of
Chico
the
and
Jeskai
Narset, it is
clan's
kind of
legendary
Flurry
leader
Monicon, I'm
and
just
their new
saying.
incarnated dragon.
Flurry
This
Monicon.
rapid-fire duo doubles your spells and stocks up on card draw. Elsha, Threefold Master, is another powerful commander in the Jeskai clan.
Yeah, I mean, Sunfall makes everything harder. Although Sunfall actually does finally rotate this summer. It's actually finally going to be gone. Took forever, but even this, like, seeing Elsha come back. I know these characters, and they're not in detective hats or anything.
Brings the deadly cunning of this clan to bear on your enemies. Fill your graveyard to provide yourself with bonus mana.
What does this one do? When it attacks, mill 3 cards and you return a land card from the graveyard to the battlefield. This one. It's very, like, good stuffy green. Very. It's the graveyard theme's neat though.
The mighty dragon is not above assisting them by reviving Sultai warriors from beyond the grave. Kotis, Sibsig champion.
I think we're done. I think we're done with the hat set era. I think we made it through. We made it through. It took like a year.
To serve his people even after death.
But I think we've moved on from that era. It is basically Insidious roots the commander.
With this red, white, black commander deck. Boost your token production to
Zergo.
Bright and fast, then gain more rewards when they burn out.
Mardu tokens seems kind of fun.
Lords, the Orc warrior once known as Zergo
Dragon hats
successfully led his people against the Dragon Lord Kolaghan. Renamed Zergo Stormrender, he
what's our
currently
backup
leads
commander?
the Mardu against any other threats that dare to cross their path. Zergo has a powerful ally in the mighty dragon Nereeve, Crackling Vanguard. He represents the spirit of the Mardu, swift, powerful, and willing to.
I don't know though. There could be one next year. That's true. But we know, like, in universe, it's this, Edge of Eternity's Return to Lorwyn, or the next ones. I don't think they would. Well, I was gonna say I don't think they'd hat set the Return to Lorwyn, but I guess they hat setted the Return to Ravnica.
A skilled hunter and wrestler during the reign of the Dragon Lords.
Wrestler?
But the Phyrexian invasion forced her to take up the reins of leadership.
Skilled
Eventually, Eshki was
what they just
Dragon
is
Claw.
wrestling like a teamer thing? They just wrestle each other. Flying trample. When it enters their attack, look at that big your library. Put a dragon card from among them on the battlefield. Okay. New teamer dragon commander. Not as good as Miram or as busted as Miram, but it's still pretty good.
A flight of dragons to descend upon your opponents.
I feel like that'll be like a second tier popularity dragon commander, but people will play it.
The thing about Dragonstorms is that
those basics are so sweet.
Dragon's Eye basic lands combine mana with the might to give.
I feel like these are actually going to be worth money.
On Tarkir's dragons.
It does say they're
Ghost
only
Fire
in collector boosters.
And Halo foil Ghostfire.
Halo
Elder
Fire.
Dragon Ugin's influence over Tarkir is manifest in new Ghostfire.
Oh, is Ugin
cards.
the
Special
headliner
art
of the set?
Card frames imbued with Ugin's ethereal presence. We've brought back the Halo foil treatment on Ghostfire cards, giving
Those
us
are probably going to
already
look pretty
stunning
cool,
cards
actually, in
and extra
person.
flourish.
It's hard to tell in the video, but I
Borderless
think they're going to look
reversible
cool.
cards. Deadly dragons can have a cute side, even Ugin, with 6 new borderless reversible cards, each featuring a fearsome and adorable version of your favorite winged creature.
Reversible?
Battle alongside
Oh, the new Ugin's.
Jeskai, Abzan, Sultai, Mardu with borderless clan cards.
What is that card style? I mean,
57 cards.
What is?
Draconic cards.
Okay. I don't know what we just looked at there. There was a lot of black space on those cards.
Powerful dragons and new thematic art and card frames.
Those remind me of, like, Kaldheim's treatment, maybe? Was it Kaldheim or Wilds of Eldraine? There was that treatment reminds me of some Soul
Keep
Ring.
an eye out for this set's reprints of the legendary Ultimatum cards.
Oh,
Fury
you know
Ultimatum,
what? Like the
Merchant
Dragon
Brigade,
Skull Summon and stuff. I bet it's in the
Genesis
Commander
Inspired
precons.
Ultimatum, and
Like some of
Luminous
those.
Ultimatum.
Ooh, special guest the
These powerful
ultimatums.
cards require 7 colored mana each, but they are
All
worth it.
are already on
Effects
Arena
that can
though.
devastatingly
They do look
alter the
like
course of a game.
they do look sweet.
This set also includes a beautiful
Ah!
series of fetch lands appearing in the special guest slot.
Special guest
Marshflower,
fetches.
Scalding Tarn,
Oh,
Verdant Catacombs,
okay.
Arid Mesa,
Okay,
and Misty
not standard
Rainforest.
legal, not standard
These
legal.
unique
We still don't know
color
the standard
fetches
land set,
bring
but
unrivaled
special
flexibility to your
guest,
decks,
special guest
powering
fetches.
all your favorite
Those look
strategies, no
really
matter which
nice
clan
too.
claims your allegiance. Get your hands on new textured dragon scale foil fetch
Textured
lands that bring Tarkir
dragon
to life,
scale
exclusively
foil
in
fetch
collector
lands.
boosters, making them the perfect addition when enhancing
Yeah.
your library.
I mean, those are
You could
hits.
also be one of only 500
Mox
people in the
Jasper's the
world to open
headliner.
an exclusive, serialized Mox Jasper card. Rare even in Tarkir.
I feel like they probably should have went with Ugin.
Tarkir is now bigger and
I feel like
bolder than
Ugin
ever,
might have been a better.
filled with
Yeah,
cinematic
this.
action,
Oh boy.
dynamic
Fetches,
clan gameplay, and
dragons,
powerful new dragons that
Tarkir.
add lasting
10.
firepower
It's a
to your
10. It's
collection.
hype level's a 10. It's a
Keep
10. I was trying to
early
not
at your
give it a
local
10
game store
because I
for
want to
deals
wait in case I
starting
need
the
to
weekend
give
of
that in the
April
future.
4th
But I think
and
we hit a
on Arena
10.
April 8th. Otherwise, Tarkir Dragonstorm will be available everywhere.
Wow.
April
Oh, what a
11th.
set.
And if you'd like to learn more
What
about
a
Elspeth and
set.
Narset's battle to contain the multiversal Dragonstorms and defeat
This is all I wanted. This
you
is
can
all I
read the
wanted,
full
Wizards. This is
story
it. You did it.
online
You
now.
did it, Wizards. This is
Get
it.
ready for the new age of Tarkir. Join your clan. Break the storm.
Wow. I mean, I know the nostalgia is a huge part of it for me. I said that before, that it's probably my most nostalgic set. So we'll see. Let's see a little bit of the weekly MTGs. See if they're actually showing off new cards. Once we get through the new card stage.
Hello
Oh, Blake
and
rating.
Welcome to the weekly
Okay,
MTG
Blake.
after show.
A little
we
bag
just
under the
saw
eye.
20 minutes of so much Tarkir.
I don't know.
Dragonstorm,
He looks
so much
well,
cool
pretty good.
stuff.
I guess that's a B
And
tier,
we're
Blake.
gonna spend
We'll
the
go
next
with a
hour
B for
kinda
Blake
doing the
today.
same thing. We're gonna dive
And then
deep
Jadine, I'm not sure who
into
the
some of what we just
person
saw.
on
We're
the
gonna reveal some
right
new
is.
cards as well.
I know the middle's
And we're going to
Jadine.
spend some time talking about all of it with our two fantastic guests. So we have Jadine and Lauren.
That looks so good.
Tell us a little bit about what you did for Tarkir Dragonstorm.
Yeah, I'm Jadine. I work on
Blake looks
the
mildly annoyed to be here
design,
instead of
play
flipping.
design
That
parts
is-
of the set, getting
It's true.
the right
It's
numbers on
true.
the cards, figuring out how everything could be
It's a good
the
way to
most
put it.
fun, and you
Oh,
some
lore?
of the
Okay, that
final
makes sense.
Mechanical changes to the cards.
I'm Lauren. I was the narrative lead on this set, and so responsible for a lot of our
Narrative
world-building
lead, okay,
updates,
so it would be
working
lower in
alongside
world building.
consultants, and then kind of at the card level, getting the cool pictures of art alongside our art directors on TV.
All right, show us cards, Blake.
Yeah, and chat was going nuts, rightfully so, over some of those treatments. So we are going to spend some time talking about that as well. We're going to talk about mechanics. We're going to talk about world building. We're going to reveal some previews that we just felt like showing off because we like them. We're going to talk about play promos. There's a secret layer. We're going to talk. We got so much. We're going to pack into an hour.
they're talking about everything.
We are just going to get going. We're going to lead off by diving a little bit deeper into the mechanics, complete with our first preview card and a character we all know and hate.
A new
we've
card.
got,
No and hate.
Tygum,
Master Opportunist. 2-mana 2/2. Flurry. Whenever you catch your second spell of the turn, copy it. Then exile that spell with 4 time counters on it. If it. Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so Flurry is the clan mechanic for the
Oh, that's
DSI.
actually
It is an
super
ability
cool.
word that just means you get something when you cast 2 spells.
So when you cast your
original
second
concept
spell,
here, prowess was the
you
mechanic.
get 2
Care
copies
about
of it
casting
instead
a
of
lot spells.
1.
Here we've said, all right.
Is this
choose
card
the
not
number.
actually kind
Good
of
at double
busted?
spelling, do it as much as
Wait,
possible.
so like, can't you like, okay, play this on turn 2, the next turn you're like cantrip or something, and you actually get a bonus cantrip, and then you get to spend your cantrip, and you're gonna get it a few turns later. Is this card not actually just like? I feel like this card is like legacy, modern, like. I feel this might be like an actual competitive card for older
You
formats.
copy the spell.
I mean, I
you'll
guess
get
it is
right
slow,
now.
but you get the copy right away, right? So
4
you're
turns
like,
later, you get it again, and that sounds cool. But if you
let me.
start
Is this gonna be
thinking about
better?
it,
Oh.
Once you get that
Not
card
exactly.
again,
I think it'll be
it's
better once I
really
get my.
easy to
Hey,
double
there I
spell
am.
every single
Hello,
turn.
hello, chat. There we
multiple
go.
cards on suspend, and you're
Chat
just
probably
kind of
makes
like,
more
oh,
sense on
wow,
this side,
I'm
though.
doing this automatically. It just really pops off. It's very cool.
I feel like this card's kind of. It's not fast, but I
and
feel like it's
also-
kind of
Yeah.
busted.
Yeah, I was
What's
gonna say, I love
Tygum
how
up
this-
to?
He's up to his old
Maybe it's too
nonsense
slow for
again.
modern.
The original set,
Well, you get the original copy right away,
he's a
right?
defector from the
So-
Sky into the Soul
So just so
Side.
it's clear, okay, you cast a spell, it does nothing. You cast your second spell, you copy that spell, and then you also, so you're gonna get 2 copies of that spell, and then you also exile it and get 4 time counters. So the 4 time counters isn't even like, whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy it, then exile the spell you cast with oh. What do you think of that? Okay, this card actually sucks. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Reading the card explains the card. What do you think of this? What do you think of this treatment? Duga Buddy! Oh, hype level, it is 10. It is full on 10. We've reached the point where we're just 10 out of 10. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. What's your hype level, Duga Buddy? Thank you for your subscription. Big super review. Okay, this card is a lot worse than I thought. It's a lot worse than I thought. So I will say, with that treatment, funny story. This is just a limited card for Mobilize. Funny story about that treatment. So
when you attack with them, you get a tapped and attacking.
Can I tell this story?
1/1.
Can I tell this story now? I think I can tell this story, right?
There are higher
anyway, okay. So I don't think it gives anything away that matters. So anyway, like a few days ago, a few days ago, we got our goldfish spoiler, which is going up in like a week, and Nia took our editor as soon as he saw that card style. He was like, "No, you gotta get back in touch with Wizards. There's no way. There's got to be some sort of error with the card image because it's got all this black stuff all over it. And like I think there was like some sort of mistake when they uploaded it or something. Like they're like, no, that's actually the style.
Is just kind of like a key thing somewhere for one of the.
We actually messaged him. Was like, hey, like our editor was like, this doesn't look right. I'm like, no, that's exactly how it looks. Gambit, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you.
So that it wouldn't be too fast, and that the dragons also will get to shine, and we're not being just.
I also think it might look a lot different in person too. Like, because it seems like when you look at the style, it looks like there's art down beneath it, but you can't really see it.
2/1, 1 blue for a human rogue.
Agent of Coitus.
3 and a blue. Exile this from your graveyard. 2/1.
2 mana, 2/1. Renew.
Only as a sorcery.
Exile this card from your graveyard. Put 2/1+1 counters as a target creature. I mean, this is going to be a great limited mechanic. This is going to be a great. A great limited mechanic. I think this will actually be good. Did I say the Codis? Maybe it's Codis. I might have said the wrong. I might have added a letter in there accidentally. I might have added.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat.
On creatures.
Codis. I'm pretty sure I said Agent of Codis. Codis, so they like their codes. All right, Dixie.
So Codis is the new leader of the Sultai, and
Codis. See, they said it. Any mechanic that lets you any mechanic that lets you reuse cards is going to be pretty powerful. This you can just mill over if you want to. Mill it over and then just renew it from your graveyard. So that's an option. Good for self-mill style decks, but I think it's actually pretty good.
Let's move on to our next mechanic. Endures.
Not
reach.
When this creature enters, it endures 3. Put 3 counters on it, or create a 3/3 white spirit creature token.
Something Earth Carver.
The flexibility is nice.
When this creature
it's
enters,
also wait, was this not Aftermath? Did we not actually have Aftermath being a
create a 3/3 white spirit creature token? How do we land on
I like all the mechanics in this set.
So
I like almost every card we've seen in this set. I like this set. I just actually like this set. It does look like a lot of good limited mechanics. I bet it's going to be a really good limited set.
This time, but kind of the same vibe. Just a choice between getting a creature to grow your forces, or for making a bigger creature.
Earth Carver. It's an elephant druid.
Enough of these that you can start to see some of the ways we're.
This one's 6 mana. This is definitely a limited. Here's our common. Is it good in Pauper? Pauper people.
So if you play
Are you playing the elephant druid?
About counters.
Yep.
In some ways, it's a
you can endure it.
Mechanic. So if you play it with Mobilize, you can.
I guess it had 7 power. It's a 6 mana 7/7 with reach.
Interesting way of playing with a lot of what's going on in the set.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a draft set, a good draft set.
Chat's asking about, was this mechanic?
Many of the mechanics look like they're good for draft.
Did it come from Fabricate, or was it developed independently?
Fabricate's what I was thinking. It does look a lot like Fabricate.
It was developed independently, but we certainly
we never played
Fabricate. Most of the things we've done before.
Never heard of that.
Imagine the people who came up with Endures had seen Fabricate before. And
I should hope so. If you're designing Magic cards and you never played with Fabricate,
a mechanic that definitely doesn't draw 3 cards in green.
Oh.
giving Lauren a little crap here. But
Roamer's Routine.
Harmonize.
3 mana.
Stand by
Basic
my
into play.
decision.
Harmonize 5.
We'll talk about that in a second. All right, so this is Roamer's Routine. So this is the version of, you search your library for a basic land card. Put it
Roamer's
tap,
Routine.
Shuffle,
So,
two,
I mean, 3
green,
mana is the
you want
going rate, right? 3 mana is
variations
the
of
going
this.
rate
But JD, it's
for
got that
ramping and
harmonize
standard.
ability. First, let's talk about the
And then
ability.
you get the flashback out of it.
So Harmonize is the teamer mechanic.
We have a lot of-
It is a flashback.
We have
variant,
Overlord of
a
the
way to cast your,
Hauntwoods.
Instants and sorceries
Overlord of the
spells
Hauntwoods
from
number
your
one.
graveyard with the choice of
The
being
vehicle's
called
also
to use,
good.
by a power of a creature you control. So
The vehicle
Harmonize
ramp is
the
good.
biggest
What's the one that
mechanical
you
vibe
sack
shift
to ramp
between
again
what
and
we
gain
saw
life?
from
It's
the
like a
plan last,
clue
where
that's all play Heaped
Ferocious
Harvest.
and Teamer really cared
I don't know
about
if this
big
is going to be good
creatures,
enough to
and
make it
here
in.
we're
I don't know if
leaning
it beats
more
out the
into
other
the
options. What about
spellcasting
Commander?
part
Would you
of,
play this in
that
Commander?
identity. Still caring about big creatures. It's really powerful to do this.
How does
with a
Harmonize
power
work with
creature and only have
Tygum?
1 mana.
So I imagine it works exactly how you want it to. So you should be able to, I would think, right? I think this should work. So if you got Tygum, so it's going to exile it, and you cast Roamer's Routine, that's spell number 1, you harmonize it, that's spell number 2, it'll go to exile, and you should be able to choose whether it goes to exile to its ability or goes to exile with time counters. So it should, I believe it should work the way that you want it to.
But there's some pretty important differences, JD.
Yeah, I want to hear them
Yeah,
explain
so
Omens.
We just looked at the 5 clan mechanics. This is one of the dragon mechanics, another very important part of Tarkir. So we wanted.
Oh, so
something
Omens is
for
a
the
dragon
dragons so they didn't
mechanic.
feel left out and got to feel like an important part of the set. But
I feel like that's actually really good set building. The problem with dragons is they're very expensive, right? Like, dragons are super cool. People love them. But one of the reasons you don't see more dragons in Constructed is dragons tend to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana.
awesome.
They tend to be
and when
very
you do that
expensive.
with
Giving them a cheap spell on the
Moonwood
other
Venture, I
side
should clarify
is
here
going to
for anybody
make
who hasn't
dragons
caught up. The
way
difference
more
is you
likely to show up
shuffle
in
into
standard
your deck,
decks.
instead of hanging out to be cast.
It also
later.
works with
You'll
Behold the
still, if you
Dragon.
use the Omen side, still
Oh
get
yeah,
to
I saw
cast the
that
dragon
shimmy. I looked
eventually.
over it
You just have to
briefly.
draw
I
it.
didn't get a chance to go too deep into it, but
So
I did
if we
see
did
it.
this as adventure, the dragons.
It
would
is a
end
little
up
weird
getting
that
to look
it's
a lot
named
less cool.
Harmonize, and that does
The
mean
numbers
something,
would
but
be lower. They wouldn't be quite as much.
Tap
threats
up
on
one
the
target
battlefield,
creature,
just
draw a card.
How cards are balanced. This is
Flying
just kind
Ward
of how
too.
it plays out.
Yeah,
So this
I
is
mean
based
that's
on
fine. The
mechanics
dragon
that
side's
really
kind of
let us
meh.
make the
6
dragon
mana
part
for
of
a
these cards
4/4,
as
but
awesome
the
as
spell
dragons
side's
need to
actually
be.
pretty good. 2 mana taps down
and
something
it's
and draw a
ultimately
card's not
a
bad.
solve for letting us put a lot of really cool.
I wonder,
dragons
do
in
you
the
think
set,
there will be
and
Omen
giving them some
payoffs?
modality.
Splice onto
Now,
Omen whenever you cast
you
an
ever seen
Omen.
the draconic version of this.
It'd be
card?
interesting if we got some Omen payoffs.
So I did have a question. So it's got that subtype Omen.
Why do I
which
think that
speaks
style
to
looks
what
so
you do when you
familiar?
cast it. Is there anything in the set?
Oh,
that
they actually took it
cares
down?
about when you cast an Omen or anything like that?
Hey, it's not their fault. I'm 99% sure
we don't have
Gizmodo
that.
did the same thing we did, where they were
There's
going
not
by
a
what
lot, but
Wizards
there's
said,
one or
and
two
Wizards
cards
was the one that
I
was
care
wrong.
about
So,
the Omen
Foot Nipple for the
Okay.
45th month.
Let's
Welcome to the
move
Fishbowl.
on
Thank
to
you
the
so
next
much for your
mechanic,
subscription. Big
which
super,
is
thank you.
Behold. So we
Caustic
saw this
Exhale,
actually
1
a
mana.
while ago, in
Behold
the
the
first
Dragon.
book. But
Or pay
JD,
1.
How important is
Ooh.
Behold to this set?
Behold is somewhat important.
That's
I would
another,
say. I don't think it shows
Behold
up
is
as a
another
lot of the other
example of a
mechanics
way
in
that you
terms
can
of
make
what's showing up,
expensive
probably a little
dragons
less.
relevant earlier
But
in the game.
It is
You can
so
reveal
fun,
them,
and
even
I
if you
just
can't
kind of
cast them, to
love
get a
the
benefit off of something
action
like
going,
Caustic
hey,
Inhale.
look, this is my dragon, and because
Is
I
this
get to
better than
point to
Cut
this,
Down?
and you know it's coming or it's already.
I feel like this is better. This is Cut Down level, right? Like, if you're a dragon deck, I feel like this is better than Cut Down. Like, let's say you always are going to have a dragon. Is it not Cut Down level? Like, if you forget the Behold part, this is just 1 mana, -3, -3.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, we're going to talk about throwbacks to the original block quite a bit, but this mechanic is a direct reference.
I feel like it's pretty
non-named
good.
Mechanic in the original Tarkir block.
Yeah, Cut Down leaving would be good. Cut Down might be slightly more efficient than we want. At least this pushes you into playing dragon, so it doesn't just go in every deck.
A full counter spell.
-3 for 1 is kind of powerful though.
Had some awkward tension at times, but we thought
Yeah, at
it
least
was a
Long
really
Goodbye's
cool
2 mana.
thing going on, and was awesome the way that format played out, where you would play decks with like 7 or 8 dragons.
I mean, if you're
you know,
playing
the
this for
power
2,
of
it's going to be
stuff, and
bad.
we thought we could.
So
tap
I
into
wonder
some
if
of
it's
that
going to push
magic,
people into
get
putting
us,
dragons in
some
their
new-
deck.
some new
So they'll
technology
have
here.
access
On
to a
Tarkir,
cut
we're
down
beholding
style
dragons,
effect.
But in the future, we could behold a lot of things. It's pretty nice.
Well,
Oh,
and,
at 2,
you know, much
no,
like
at 2
Focus
it's,
Gordon,
I mean,
the-
at 2
the
it's
1 mana
not
off on this
great.
one looks really powerful.
Like,
I
definitely not a
don't-
main deck card
I
at
can't think of
2.
another one
At
mana
1,
buff.
I
Like
think
it's
it's
like
actually
3-3.
interesting. So I think
Not
you're
an
going to have to have a
issue. Yeah,
dragon.
certainly not.
Like, if you're not beholding
you always
dragons,
behold
you're
a
not playing
dragon,
this
this is a
card. You
very
need to have a
powerful
lot of
card.
dragons. If you always can behold a dragon, I think this is very,
Absolutely.
very, very playable.
All right. Our final mechanic is going to be hybrid mana, which is something we see.
Gurmag
now and
Night Watch.
then. But how,
All right,
how does this
Saltai.
play out in the set?
Between
Yeah,
6
so
and 3
Tarkir
mana
is a
for a
3-color
3/3. When it
set,
enters, look at the
and
top 3
3-color
cards of your
sets
library.
can
We
be
put one of those
kind of
cards
challenging
on
to play with.
back on
So
top of.
here,
Ugh.
We're using it mostly
Ugh.
for this two-bird thing going on
Man,
and letting us
I absolutely hate that
make
ability.
some
That is
three-color
literally. I mean,
cards
I guess
that
it's
are
cute.
a little more
It's good
forgiving
with
if
Up
you
the
end up off
Beanstalk.
color. Just kind
Up
of
the
as a way to
Beanstalk's gonna
smooth
get
out your
banned.
games.
We're getting more mechanics that work with it.
and
It is
just say,
6.
"All
It
right,
is
you
6,
are
so it does
playing
work with
3 colors."
beans. It should be Corpse Appraiser, right? Except it puts it back on top of your library for some reason. That's one of my least favorite effects on cards. Like the tutor something or look for something, but you put it on the top instead of putting it in your hand. It's like, why am I doing this? Like, what's the point? If it put it in your hand, it would be good. Then if you put it in hand, would it be worth it?
Make sure you'd have time to stumble a little bit on your mana.
Yeah, it's a
there's a
tough
lot of,
mana cost or a
tools
lot
in
of
the set.
mana for an effect that
Definitely not
doesn't
a
put the card into your
one-size-fits-all
hand.
solution, just kind of
Yeah, I
allows
guess
you
it
to
common.
help
Corpse
you
Appraiser
here.
was an uncommon, and you had to exile a
And then,
creature from the
Lauren,
graveyard.
We've seen it a few times, but obviously we have the.
I mean,
watermarks
it's-
here for the plan.
So bad is maybe a bad way to put it. Maybe that's not the best way to explain it. If this was 3 mana 3/3 and it drew you a card, like the same ability, but it went in your hand, I think it would be a constructed playable card like Corpse Appraiser. As it is, a 3 mana 3/3 that does a little filtering and scries sort of and puts it back on top of your deck, that's not enough to make it a constructed playable card. Could that ability show up on a constructed playable card? Yeah, if this was a 5/5 with the same setup, then you'd be like, sure, scrying is great. I got this huge body.
On that
But I
note,
think the combination of
let's
its
move
stats
on
not being that
to some
big.
Previews that are more focused on.
Yeah, maybe if there's like delve style stuff, if you really are just like, I
But
need to fill the
Lauren had some
graveyard.
stories- Yeah, Lauren had some stories that she wanted to tell. So we're going to go through a few of these, and we're going to start with Right of Renewal, which,
Right
even though it doesn't
of
have the watermark,
Renewal.
is pretty salty.
3 mana. Return 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Target player shuffles up to 4 target
Yeah, so
cards
one of the
from their
pieces
graveyard
that
into their
we
library.
had in this
Exile
set is
it.
that all of the clans have this returning color. So
Eh?
for Sultai, it's green. And we
Why
wanted
is
knowing
that?
we were going to have more cards kind of
Eh.
in that returning color for each
Eh.
clan to really bring.
I will say, I don't know if I like the permanent restriction on this one. I feel like a lot of times we get the permanent restriction. Also, does that set symbol look a lot like Brothers War? I just realized that. I feel like it looks kind of Brothers War-y. Maybe it's just like the low resolution, but the shape kind of vaguely looks Brothers War-y. I feel like this.
Really
I feel like
focused, I'd
normally.
say. You could think of it as a very graveyard-focused value.
So I feel
deck.
like
There's
normally,
just a lot of
when they
ways to
print a card like
mill
this that
and a
only
lot of
refers to
ways to
permanence, they do it
accrue
as a way
value
to
from
keep it from
putting
looping
cards in
2
your graveyard.
copies. Because if it got back
Putting a
any
new
spell,
card in your
you could do
graveyard,
Eternal
that
Witness
card would
shenanigans where you keep getting
lets
them
you
back again and
access it
again.
later.
Because this already exiles
Now,
itself, I
let's
feel like
take
you
a
could get
look
away
at
with
Bearer
not
of
restricting it to
Glory,
permanence this
which
time.
is a
Bearer, okay,
relative
common.
difference.
All right,
It's a
Pauper people.
strong
All right, Pauper
common,
people. Bearer of
so
Glory.
first strike is a
2 mana 1/2.
1/2
During your
drop,
turn, it has first
taken
strike. Pay
later on
4.
upon
Give your creatures +1/+1 until end of turn.
play in
That
very
seems good.
aggressive
Okay.
decks.
Tokens and Pauper.
But
Hear
we
me out,
picked out
Pauper people.
Lauren because
You
it
make a
has
bunch of
a
tokens.
cool-
You play this.
cool
It's got
continuity,
first strike,
a
so you can
rare
get a little
card.
frisky.
Yeah,
And
so
then
similar,
you
so we
pump.
have green
Eh?
as returning
Eh?
color
5
for
mana
Sultai,
for
white
+1/+1 to
for
everything.
Mardu, and for that, we
Yeah,
really
probably-
wanted to show
probably
you
not
some
enough for
durability,
Pauper.
and that includes the army
I'm just
that
doing
you
it for
will
every
fight, but
common.
also the sort of supporting elements, both in the rallying cries. and
How
the
okay?
guards,
How much
the
mana
spear
Pauper
bearers,
people would the
the
pump mode have to
flags,
be for it
but
to actually
the
be
execution,
considered?
This kind of two-piece
Like, is there a
that,
price
going
that
over
pump
will
everything
pull off.
+1/+1 could be that you would be like, okay, I could actually play this in Pauper? Like 3?
Well, and JD and these two cards pair
2?
pretty
Okay.
nicely together on the board as well.
So you're looking at 2 to the max. All right. So it's pretty far away from that then. Honestly, outside of like creature type synergies, like if you're like, I need humans or something, I don't even know if this makes it as a great limited card. It's only a 2/1. The first strike's only during your turn. And even in limited, paying 5 to pump is rough.
Rescue Leopard and Aegis Sculptor.
Rescue or a Leopard.
They're adorable.
3 mana 4/2. When this creature becomes tapped, you can discard a card and draw a
Why did you say
card.
that to the bird's face?
Aegis Sculptor.
I was
4
thinking-
mana
I was
2/3
mostly
flying ward 2. The
I
beginning
was
upkeep you
mostly
may
looking
exile
at the
2 cards.
Rescue
Boy.
Leopard.
Ay, ay, ay.
The Aegis
fair.
Sculptor is good looking bird right there.
This is
but
the-
that's not why they're up here. Why are we,
Why are we
talking about
spoiling
these
these useless
So the Aegis
cards?
Sculpture is a really good example of, and JD kind of mentioned it previously with the Harmonize mechanic. The goal around that is really showcasing the teamer kind of magic and spell casting. And so we have a lot of blue teamer cards. And this is a really good example of kind of like the way in which they use their magic. And that was going to be a core focus of the clan this time, something that we could really emphasize.
The way in
But
which they use
also
their...
still have a lot of creatures that work alongside them as a clan. And so we can see here with like the rest
I'm realizing I do not care about any of this flavor stuff.
it out and probably
I just want to see powerful
um,
cards. I don't
and
care
just
that...
kind of is very
I don't
clearly
care.
part of the
I don't
clan,
care
so that we
about
can kind of showcase that they have
about this
two-sided
aspect of it.
relationship between their magic, but also their relationship to the land and the creatures. And that is why I picked the name Harmonize. I know it doesn't technically draw cards, but it could draw cards. You could have a draw effect on a Harmonized card.
Yep.
But it could draw cards.
That kind of animal companion thing going on.
No,
helping
I mean, I just mean with the
spellcasters really
spoiler
come
stream.
to
Like, I wanna...
like
I
rescue
kind of want to see
Yeah,
good
that-
cards. I don't
think
really
about
care
the
about
harmonized mechanic.
the
Half
background
risk
of a
to
random
your
common that no one's gonna play
harmonized thing.
anywhere.
Reduce it by 4.
I want to
Take
see.
the
I want to see
trade
more
off.
Ugins.
So
I want an Ugin.
Yeah, there's a lot of cute.
I want to see the
trees
land
in
cycle.
the-
I
in the
really
team
want to
art,
see the
so
land
look out for
cycle.
those ones.
That's what I really want.
JD, that was
No,
a
it's
really
just like-
interesting call out,
I think the
on
stories would be more
tapping being-
interesting if it was attached to a card that I might play someday. Like if we want to tell a story about the magic of the teamer colors, why not show me like a rare that I might play someday instead of like a 4 mana 2/3 flyer that I'm just like, okay, like no matter how cool the flavor is, I just don't have a deck that I can put this in. Like I don't care how awesome the magic is. It's like it's still a 4 mana 2/3 at the end of the day, no matter how good the magic
Stuff in your
is.
graveyard, whether it's a renew card or a harmonized card, and then have incentives to mill, and then other ways
Oh.
to use your graveyard once you're doing that.
I mean,
Which
this
also
does, like,
gets a counter
you could
with the benefit
infinitely
from some of
loop if
those
you could
synergies,
infinitely tap and
so
untap
definitely
this.
really
Whenever it becomes
tapping into a lot
tapped, you can
going
discard a
on.
card if you draw a card. How do we infinitely
Alright,
untap our
next, let's
rescue
take
leopard?
a
There's got to
look
be a
at
way.
Undergrowth Leopard.
There's got to be a way we can
I'm
infinitely
saying
undergrowth.
before the
Ooh.
show that
Okay, see,
I'm
even
old,
that,
and
even
so
that, that's
I
a real
had,
card. That's a real card.
Vision.
It doesn't even have to be some bomby rare. That's a real card. Look at that. 2 mana for a 2/2. So Grizzly Bear, except it's a cat. Vigilance. Pay 1 sacket, destroy target artifact and enchantment. I know we have Flash. Vigilance was Flash. This card would be really
One of the
good.
things that we
So we
see
have
in
Cathar Commando in
Dragonstorm
standard.
here
We
is that
have
it is causing changes both to the
Haywire Might in
landscape and
standard.
to the creatures.
We also have
So
Cats in
Cat is kind of
standard.
an example.
I've been playing a deck lately. I've been working on a video. The video's going to be coming up. But I've been playing a deck that has 4 Cathar Commandos in 4 additional what's the 2 mana exile and artifact or enchantment, and then it has kicker for black and you can exile anything. That card. But I've been playing 8 main deck artifact and enchantment removal spells, and it's felt really good in the current meta. I feel like in like Cats, this is going to be really, really important.
Yeah,
I would
this
main
is,
deck this in
this
Cats
is another
because I think main deck
long
artifact
line
Terra's
of
under. Thank you.
players that
I
destroy
feel like main deck
artifacts
artifact and
and
enchantment
enchantments.
removal really well positioned in the current meta. So in Cats, I actually think this is a pretty big deal. We just got new Bassery, we got Regal Caracal. I think just a 2/2 vigilance that you can blow something up when you need to is really good.
On to the next set of previews.
Ooh.
So we've got 4 different cards here, and again, people who played in the original block are going to get some familiar vibes.
Felidar Cup only gets enchantments, though.
Yeah. So all of these are kind of, I would say, more flavorful callbacks to previous settings, and you can enjoy
Riverwalk
them
Technique.
having ever
4
played
mana.
previous Tarkir.
Non-land permanent on top of the deck. Counter. Ooh, boy.
Adam Prozek,
that is a lot of mana for negate.
Put in the set as a very
Watcher of the
specific reference
Wayside.
to a piece
3
of
mana,
flavor
3/2.
previous set, which
Whenever this
described a
creature
bunch of different
enters,
techniques of the
target
chess
player
guy,
mills
and I
2
thought that
cards,
was
you gain
so
2
wonderful,
life.
So we really wanted to keep that in.
Summit
The Watcher of the
Intimidator.
Wayside, we've
4 mana,
seen
3/4. Reach. When it enters, target creature can't block this turn. It's a
So I
Yeti.
wanted to make sure that they, we saw what they were up to this time, and they're having a day.
And then Jade Cast
we have our Summon
Sentinel.
Intimidator.
4
Of
mana,
course,
1/5
there's gotta be
reach.
a
Tap
Yeti,
it. Put a card
and
from
then
the
possibly one of the
a
weirdest creatures that I
graveyard
think we've ever had
on the
in
bottom of
Tarkir
its
was
owner's
the
library.
Ape Snake. So we wanted to make a reference to that as well, and this one is a gargoyle Karu City.
Yeah, anyone who played old Tarkir
How is that an ape snake?
Limited, the Summit Intimidator, it's not the exact card. It looks sort of like it because there was an art.
I do
through line in that one
appreciate
for
that they're
Summit
actually.
Prowler, I believe it.
I do really appreciate that they're actually trying very hard to call back to old Tarkir.
Slightly
Like
different
that's what I want to see out of Return of sets, especially when it comes to a plane like Tarkir that's not a Ravnica or a Zendikar that we return to like every Innistrad that we return to every 3 years. If you're going to return to the same plane every 2 or 3 years, you probably got to change it up eventually or it's going to get old. I really like, though, for our first return to Tarkir, that they're really just going hard on, let's make it feel like Tarkir. I think that was the right choice.
Moments from the side fiction. So we have 5.
Yeah, I think they actually did
just
a really, really good job.
Our main set story, so definitely go check those out. They're on MTG.
We have not seen lands yet. I don't know why an ape snake is an artifact either. 4 mana instant. Surveil 2, draw 2, lose.
The slight spoiler is that it features.
I feel like the same card already exists at 3 mana. Is there not? I'm gonna have to look this up.
A little bit of a hint and information.
Surveil 2, draw 2, lose 2.
Jadian on Seize Opportunity. That's an
so it already exists, but it's a sorcery. So you're paying 1 more mana to get it at instant speed.
We knew we wanted some card in space.
That is the upside. 3 mana instant. Choose one. Exile type of cards are like by your play until the end of your next turn.
That ended up being a little too
Two
powerful,
creatures get
when we do
+2
like
+1.
a full trumpet blast style thing.
Okay.
So
that actually seems
to
pretty
get
powerful.
Something that was still fairly strong in the set. But
Like if
more
you're
generally
ahead, you can
useful,
push through
play it as
damage.
a
If you're
lower
behind, you can draw
option
for
on the
cards.
frontier.
Seems like a flexible. Pauper people. Pauper people.
Let's move
Seize
into
the
the section
opportunity.
that
Are we
just got
seizing
labeled more
opportunities,
previews
Pauper people?
Because we wanted to keep going and show some more cards. This set is going to tickle the fancy of a certain kind of player, the +1/+1 counter lover. So let's take a look at Stalwart Successor. So
Stalwart Successor
with Menace for 1 black and a green.
3 mana 3/2 Menace. Whenever 1 more counters are put on a creature you control. If it's a first time counter is put on that creature that turn, put a +1/+1.
Another
What?
+1/+1 counter.
Put 8. Is that wording weird? Whenever 1 or more counters are put on a creature you control, if it's a first time counters have been put on that creature this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Okay, so I don't know. Doesn't it usually say in addition? I don't know. The wording seems weird to me compared to other versions of this effect, but it's kind of like Nadu. So it's triggering for each creature you control once. So if you add a counter to this creature, it's going to trigger, and then that creature is going to trigger. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Successor as a black green
3 mana
card
3/2
can play
Menace.
the Abzan and be black green.
A
white,
little
or
bit
play the
below
Sultai
rate
and be
starting,
blue,
but
black,
then
green.
its
So you
abilities
often wanna
were
center yourself
something.
in one of those
I could see that.
2-color combinations.
I could see that
and
scene
figure
play
out
in
which
a
third color you're going to
in a
incorporate
counters
as
deck.
the draft goes on. So
Yeah, it
kind
does
of
seem
a
like
sign
it is a
poster. There's
good
lot of
Heart and
gold
Scales
cards in
callback,
this set. So I
which
don't know
also
that it's
comes
fair to
from
say
original
this is like
Tarkir.
a true signpost. There's also 3-color
Oh yeah, actually, if you're playing like Pauper Commander, where you have to have an uncommon. Well, this isn't a legend though. Don't you need to have a legend or no? Can you play any uncommon as your commander?
As the 2-color combination. Here
Oh, it does work.
Sultai and Abzan,
At least
you have
it's
that
only
counter
creatures you
thing I was
control,
talking
right?
about. You can
Yeah.
endure to get
At least it's
counters, or
only
you can
creatures you
get
control,
counters.
but it is
Either
funny it
way,
works
this
with
card
some
is useful,
counters.
and it kind of sets you up for
Oh really?
a
You
lot
play
of different
any?
synergy paths you
Interesting.
might
Oh, this probably would be a fun,
these
pauper
types
commander
of cards
then.
are worded if you put a +1/+1 counter.
You can actually, for an uncommon, it actually has a pretty good build around ability.
Right. Cool bridge between those two.
That's actually kind of cool.
All right, next, let's take a look at Duty Beyond Death.
Duty Beyond Death, 2 mana. As an initial spell, it's an instant. As an initial spell, to cast it, sack a creature. Creatures you control gain indestructible in turn, put a +1/+1 counter. Ooh.
Indestructible until turn, and put a +1/+1 counter on each creature.
Interesting. On one hand,
team protection, counter.
On one hand, I think that giving your creatures indestructible is not great protection. On the other hand, putting a +1/+1 counter on each creature for 2 mana at instant speed is actually kind of, that part is actually kind of ridiculous. Like, that's the part that sells me on this card. I'm kind of off the indestructible team protection effects. There's just too much exile removal, but this one might make it because of the counters.
Corroding Dragonstorm.
Corroding Dragonstorm. Oh, we have a whole cycle of these. 2 mana enchantment when it enters. Each opponent loses 2. Oh my god. Loses 2 life. You gain 2 life. Surveil 2. Oh! This town. They gotta get rid of friggin' this town. My goodness. I mean, I guess actually, maybe it doesn't. Like, maybe you don't play that many because you can Hopeless Nightmare. You don't get the life gain. You don't get the Surveil. Some of these you can probably play in Self-Bounds. Some number. I don't know if you play 4 of them, but I feel like the Surveil is enough. I guess the other thing is it opens up even more for like white-black Self-Bounds or playing
Dragons Matter synergies. So this cycle.
So you're supposed to play him with dragons, but I think you're going to play him with pixies.
It's just a way to encourage
and cowboys
to play dragons, and you will draft decks that feel like dragon decks more than they feel like one of the clan decks that are just.
I mean, I guess it's a good way for
dragons
limited.
Really rewarded with these dragons.
I think there's a chance that they. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens this summer when we get our ban window. I think there's a chance that we see something happen with this town and Up the Beanstalk and Monstrous Rage.
Talk about having these.
Okay, Chet,
in the set for.
Why does this showcase treatment look so familiar? Is it Wilds of Eldraine? Is it Keldheim? Like, my brain, when I see this, it's like, oh, this looks a lot like a showcase treatment from the past. I think it's a little too slow. Is it Mom? I don't know. Whenever I see it, my brain's just like, you've seen this before. Is it Wilds of Eldraine old art? I guess I can look up. Keldheim. What was the Keldheim one? Oh, it might have been. Yeah, I guess it looks a little bit like that. Not really though. Like sort of. Huh. Is it Eldraine? Eldraine showcase. Let's see. Oh yeah, it might. Yeah, it's even got the. That's it. It's kind of coming out over the art a little bit. The border on this one's definitely more filled in, but I think it's kind of. It actually is very. I think that's the one I was thinking of. Is the OG Eldraine showcase treatment. This one's a little bit more thicker and's got more going on with the border, but it is like. Yes, I think that's what I was thinking of. What do we have here? Sunset Strike Master.
It's got an ability for 2 in a red to sacrifice this creature.
That's just a red mana dork?
That's, fairly par for the course for red.
Is that a thing now?
But it's got that tap, add red.
Why do we have red mana dorks?
Dork in red.
Right, yeah. The wild new thing about this card is that sentence is just tap, add red. It's not when this creature attacks, add red.
Wow.
Spend that mana only to
wow,
cast
this is a big deal.
This is a big deal. Are unrestricted, new space for red, trying to push red to have more defensive tools and more ways to play a longer game. And that was something we had identified. We were having some issues with designing cards and getting all
that
the
is huge for the game overall.
Color pie, is
like not this card in specific. This card is like
time to time to
this card itself kind of sucks. Like, or it's not as good as it could be.
So this isn't a huge departure in that vein. We're just kind of.
But this means like Red Birds of Paradise, Red Llanowar Goblin. Like
you shouldn't expect.
Mana Dorks, they just said Mana Dorks are now essentially legal in red and available in any set. Like, they're shifting Mana Dorks also into red.
Will not be pushed.
I think that's actually I know, and this is probably hypocritical, because I can be very boomery when it comes to changing the color pie when it comes to stuff like enchantment removal. I actually think this is probably a good change. And I think that my personal take is that red is the weakest color in Commander, and that red really could use the help in Commander. And red already has the ability to make extra mana. It just is usually ritual style burst mana rather than repeatable creature mana. But I actually think it feels like a pretty natural fit. And I think it probably will help red in Commander, because red could really use non-mana rock ramping options. And I think that Mana Dorks might be the best way to do it. That's actually a big philosophical change. Ringing Strike Mastery, 1 mana.
You got it.
Enchant a creature. Tap that creature. Doesn't untap target's controller's untap step. His P5 untap it.
This one is a very direct mechanical.
This is
callback
Singing
to,
Bell Strike callback,
card you
right?
may
I remember that
from
one.
the
It was like
first
2
Tarkir.
mana.
Just kind of interesting shape for a common removal spell. Not the kind of thing we do a lot. So it's very
Singing Bell
memorable,
Strike.
I think. Just
Did I remember it
very
properly?
peculiar set of upsides and downsides.
2
that we
mana,
have.
enchant
Truly
creature.
refreshed it a little
Yeah.
bit. This isn't a
Singing
straight
Bell
reprint.
Strike. Pauper
Different numbers,
people!
Still a very similar feeling.
Pauperable?
A
Are
lot of
we
Singing Bell
paupering it?
Strike back in the day. It cost 1 and a blue.
Red is the
and-
new
and
green,
the
and green
untap
is the new
6.
blue.
But otherwise, it was pretty much the same deal.
And blue's the new red.
All right. I'm all about
We're
the
actually very
callback.
close to blue being the worst color in Commander, I
Makes me feel
think.
seen.
Which is
Next
kind of
up,
hilarious, because
another,
blue's so
at
OP
least
in other
there's a
formats.
name in this callback. So Salt Road Pack Beast. But it's also got some
affinity-
mechanical and flavor things to talk about here. So
See,
Katie,
why
let's start with you.
do
All
they
right,
not
this
just
is
say
another-
affinity for creatures? Isn't this just affinity for creatures? Why is this not just affinity for creatures? Yes. I'm talking about casual. I'm not talking about CDH. And CDH blue's the best color, and it's almost the opposite. It's kind of hilarious. And CDH green sucks, and blue's the best color. And casual green's the best color, and blue is one of the worst colors. So affinity for creatures, 4/3 for 6. It's a beast, and when it enters, draw a card. That's actually a pretty good card. Panharmonicon, good Panharmonicon card.
Pauper
I actually kind of
implications,
like that card.
strong
Pauper
CDH,
people.
1 white.
That might
But
actually be
Lauren,
good in
they're also
Pauper. Is
talking
this
about
actually
why
a Pauper
this isn't the Camel
playable?
Dragon.
I really would like to see
One, we
the
didn't want to
land
put the
cycle.
dragon type on anything that wasn't actually a dragon. And this one is more referencing, like, Tarkir has been kind of known for its beast creatures, so we wanted to stick with that.
Playable in
space.
Pauper?
I believe I did some
It
digging
does
at
work.
the time,
Everything
looking
works
at
with
creature
beans.
types
That's the
and
problem
to
with beans.
see what
The problem with
visual
beans is that
similarities
just
there were,
everything
and
works
I
with
thought,
it.
well, I'm gonna stick with beast on this because it.
Although at
has
least like this,
all
you
these
need a lot
very,
of creatures for it to really be
dramatic,
worth it.
Like
Like,
dragon-like elements.
You really need to be
It's just a little weirdo.
3
but it's a
mana?
weird camel, if you want to call it that.
You really need to be 3 mana for it to
And
really
Jimmy,
be worth
you may or may
it.
not know the answer to this because this may be
4
more of a
mana, I guess
rules
it's like,
templating
ugh.
style question, but it's a good question.
It's not
that chat's
exciting,
saying.
but
So we recently did do some erratas to give a lot of things affinity for their thing, whatever it is, when affinity wasn't there before.
I'm curious why this is
doesn't
not
this have
affinity.
affinity for creatures, for example.
Yeah, I don't have a good answer to this. It certainly could.
Someone else will know the answer to it, but it may be a timing thing. And that would be my guess.
oh, that would make the
Maybe
most
change
sense. Is
after
that
this
they
all
printed this
but,
and then they errated everything, and then
someone somewhere
in the
will answer. It's a great
meantime,
question for Mark Rosewater's
that
blog
actually
or
makes
us
that
on
makes way
social
sense.
media.
Oh, my hype level
All
is
right.
10. My hype level is literally as high as it
Next,
can get for
let's
this set.
move
We are
into
off the
Yathen
charts.
Tomb Guard. So this
Although honestly, all these random comment, I want to see a rare. I feel like it's been like 20 minutes since we've seen a rare. Yathen Doomguard, 3 mana, 2/3 menace, human warrior. Whenever a creature you control with a counter on it deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. Ooh,
whenever
that's
the
actually
counter on it deals
that's
combat
actually kind of a
damage
legit
to a
uncommon.
player,
No, that's
you
actually
draw a
pretty
card
sweet.
and you lose 1 life.
Whenever a creature, so this is
where's this straddling the
Toski
line?
for
This is
Toski for
going to
creatures
the
with
Sultai
counters on
Moon
them.
mechanic and the Abzan
At
is
3
really
mana
good
with
at
menace.
rewarding you for some of those counter synergies.
That actually is a
Nice
powerful card in
one
the right
because
deck.
it
Like, you got to be a
defines the
deck
line between
that's...
those two things and is just
Yeah, I
really
mean,
useful,
they showed
as a way
so
to
many of the
play
rares
a lot
and
of cards.
mythics
But
early
it's
that
also
now we're kind of
really
in this
helpful for the
parade of
endure
lower rarity
mechanic, where
cards.
The choice between counters on this creature and a whole
Oh,
nother
Nazgul. It is a good
useful
Nazgul creature,
can be a
isn't it?
pretty lopsided choice in a lot of spots.
Gix, yeah,
So
it basically is
incentives
Gix.
towards putting the counters on the creature is always useful, so that choice balances out a bit.
Yeah.
Not a
You
bad
noted,
uncommon, though.
Warriors. So we have warriors and soldiers in this set, and there was a little bit of generally more of the soldiers are in Abzan. and
It
more of
is
the
worse,
warriors are in
Gix. That is
warriors, just
true.
sort of kind of building the clan's flavor. But we had several edge cases, and I will say the line that me and my co-narrative designers were working on was basically like, how much main character energy do they have? And they became warriors. So if you're curious why this one's a warrior, I felt like they had very good main character
They
energy.
do have a lot of main character energy
That
here.
is really
Yeah.
coming through from the art.
I like that.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
because there's
great.
no typal effects in this set, so we
Yeah.
wanted to kind of use it more for a flavor and a card type match.
Yep. Main character energy. All right. Next
What are
up,
they?
let's
I'm not
take
sure
a
what they're
look
talking
at
about.
3 cards together. Reigning Victor, Marshal of the Lost, and Purging Stormbrood. And you
All
see
right,
that
are any of these
iconic
cards relevant?
version on the right. JD, these are all members of important cycles. So why don't you talk about kind of those cycles?
Okay, so this is a
cards?
cycle of
Yeah,
the triple
definitely,
hybrid,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Smattering of our limited cycles here. This isn't
So
all of
3
them,
mana
but
up to
here's
6
a bit
mana.
of
For a
taste.
3/3 mobilize
We've
one, when
seen
it
another
enters,
of the
target creature
Reigning
gets plus
Victor,
1/0,
cycle
indestructible
before.
until end of
This is
turn.
a
So
common 2-burn
limited
cycle for
card.
3-color cards. A lot of attention on these
Marshalling
cards
of the
to
Lost.
making
4 mana
them
3/3 death touch. When you
strong
attack,
when
target
you
creature
get to
gets
play them
plus
on
X plus
turn
X to
3,
ledger
but
X's
not
over attacking
overwhelmingly
creatures.
so, and not in a
Probably an
snowball
okay
way.
limited
Want these
payoff for a
cards
go
to
wide deck.
Be powerful 3-color rewards, but not dominate the game when your mana works, and still be useful later in the game when it doesn't, and taking advantage of the 2
And then this dragon cycle, it looks like it's
Marshal of the Lost.
2 mana
all
spell
the
on 5 mana
black
dragon, maybe?
green,
Or 2
gold
mana spell on
card at
expensive
uncommon
dragon?
before. Here is one for white.
2
black,
mana, target
another
creature gets plus 2
enemy
plus
pair.
2, lifelink and
Going
hexproof until end
between
of turn. Actually, not bad
Abzan
protection.
and Mardu here, so very go wide.
And then
focus,
5 mana,
really
4/4
overlap
flying ward to
between
2
those
life. When it
two.
enters, remove all counters from
So
up to
yeah,
1 target
we have these
creature.
at uncommon. They
Yeah,
can
Purging
both be
Stormblood's not
solidly
bad.
in
I really
the
like the Omen
2-color,
mechanic. The Omen mechanic seems
enemy
pretty
pairing,
powerful.
And then you can figure out what clan you want to take 3rd color of cards for down the road.
And lots of main character energy with those two as well.
I see the warrior type here, and then finally we have Purging Stormbrood. This is a 2-color, again, always enemy in this set.
I feel like
and
there's going to be
the way
an
that
Omen
things
dragon
work
that's
out
going to be
well
miserable
for
in some type
2-color
of control fog
combinations,
type deck.
Of
I
only
mean,
dragons that are multicolored.
I guess that's
uncommon, so
possible.
just
The
kinda
shuffling back into your
useful
library.
cards that we're hoping
We've
to
seen that go
play
wrong with Nexus
basically
of
all your
Fate.
limited decks that are these 2 colors, and just
Does
very few
casting
things
the
that can
open
help
trigger,
you cement
the
it
Omen
going.
trigger baits? It does
I
not.
also
So,
think interesting on
the mana on that you would be
ability
spending,
on
you'd be
the
spending
dragon
2
side
mana.
going Purging
Its mana value,
is
its mana
interesting.
value
There
would
we
be
go. I got
2
those
when you
swords
cast
and
it.
in
If
the
you're casting
order.
that, Purging Stormblood, when you cast the 5 mana side, it will trigger it. But yeah, you're not. It's not going to cheat to
something
that
we
extent.
typically do, but there's a lot of counters
So
on it.
omens are it's kind of like weird adventures. So you can cast either side from your hand. So you can play the 5 mana dragon, or you can play the spell side. If you play the dragon, it's on the battlefield, whatever, normal card. If you play the spell side, Absorb Essence, once it resolves, it shuffles back into your deck. So it's like an adventure, except if you cast the spell side, instead of going on an adventure and being in exile to cast later, you shuffle it back into your deck, and then you could draw it again in the future. So kind of a twist on adventures.
Yeah, purging it.
And most of
Being
our,
able to shuffle it at any time is
dragon
actually...
cards in the set, unless they're the
There is upside. Like, we've seen, like, people play fetch lands, in part because they're busted, but in part because they need to shuffle, because you have a Brainstorm or a Sensi's Divining Stop. So it's something to keep in mind with this mechanic is... It's giving us a lot of cards that will let us shuffle at any time, which is kind of funny because I feel like we've seen a little bit of shift in philosophy where Wizards a few years ago really wanted to get shuffling out of Magic or reduce shuffling as much as possible because who wants to sit there and watch someone shuffle cards for 2 minutes, you know? Ooh, Monuments. Okay. But now with Arena being more of a thing, they don't care.
In this, it's going to
2
be
mana,
a
Abzan Monument. When it enters, search your library for a basic Planeswamper Forest. Reveal and put it in your hand, and then you pay 4 mana and sack it to create an XX Spirit creature token. Ranks as the greatest toughness among creatures you control.
For 1 and Abzan colors to sacrifice this artifact.
If that put the
Create
land
an
into
XX
play,
white spirit creature token.
if that put the land into play, this card would be a bomb. This would be a commander staple. Put it into your hand. It seems like an okay limited card.
Version of it as we
The
go
last
through.
mode,
So
I guess it's going to depend on. Yeah, it is not
more
ramp.
limited.
It is not. It is
Yeah, so,
fixing,
you
but
know,
it's not
level
ramp.
1, this is a pretty
So you're gonna need.
powerful mana fixing card.
You're gonna need the last
Or
mode to
get a
actually be
land for free
good.
that's not going to the top
Like
of your
just getting
deck,
a
you're
land is not gonna be good
grabbing it,
enough.
fixing your mana.
So same thing, but for
Colorless artifacts,
Jeskai,
of course,
you can
so
sack it for
it doesn't
4
matter what
mana.
color you're missing, you
to
can
make
always
2/1/1
use this, which
birds.
is pretty important for a 3-color set.
All right, so you seem
green
kind of
is,
like
you know,
limited-ish.
the best at doing this, but not all of the color combinations are green, and we want everybody's mana to work, so we need some of this.
I
stuff
mean,
in
this
colorless.
town, keep bouncing them,
Uh,
keep finding
This
lands.
cycle went
The black
through a
one,
ton of
sack for
iterations
5
and different
mana to make
shapes trying to
2
find
2/2
the
black
most
zombie
fun
druid
way
creature
to put
tokens.
power into these
I mean, I
cards.
guess the
One of the
spell
things we
side
really
is
wanted
actually
to do
not.
was make sure
It's
that
not
these
costed
mana-fixing
horribly.
cards
It's
both
not costed in a
help
way
you
that you're gonna
early
be
game
excited
and
about doing it in
didn't feel bad to
constructed. Like
prioritize during
for
your
5
draft,
mana, you're probably already
'cause
dead to mono
you
red
could
in,
take
in
and you're, like,
constructed.
eating your vegetables a lot of the time.
But in limited, it
when you have
seems
kind of
it
not
seems
that
very
strong cards
realistic.
that you have to put in your deck to make it work. So
And maybe in the right deck you could play it in constructed. It's not like it's not that bad.
And I think we found
But the
a
land goes into
really
hand
good
instead of the
spot to
battlefield, and then the
help
creature
you
making
early,
mode
and then later in the game you have
is like
these
1 or 2 mana
influences
more than you
that do
really.
some
You're
work.
paying a little tax for
Um,
having it being on an artifact that
pretty
gives
fun
you a
cards to
land.
play with.
6 mana for a 5/5 elephant token.
It's always nice when you're mana fixing.
Also,
cards.
okay, show us the land
A
cycle.
little bit later.
We're talking about fixing. Let's see the lands.
There's all
I really want to see the land
5
cycle.
for the cycle. All right, and then of course there's some dual lands. We went with some tried and true
Oh,
commons
come
for
on,
this set.
Blake.
I assume these are
For-
You got me,
relatively
Blake.
important.
There's some
Absolutely.
dual
Good
lands.
source of
It's the
multiple
cheaty
colors of
lands.
mana, help you play full
I honestly
three
think this
colors
is the
or
worst land
splash
cycle
some
in
3-color
existence,
cards for your
because if you
3-color
play
deck
them in your
either way,
commander deck,
these will help.
if you
Lauren,
play
we've
that,
seen
that
these
was a
cards
very Blake thing
before,
to
but
do.
it
Blake,
seems
I'm
like
dropping
the
your
team
grade,
always
Blake.
does
You were a
something
B, Blake. Now
interesting
you're down to a
with
B
the art and the
minus
concept around them.
because of the baiting,
We love
the,
playing with
the
art.
dual land baiting.
One of the things that's interesting.
I think this is actually the worst land cycle in existence because if you play in Commander, you just get attacked because someone's going to be like, oh, you're got the highest life total now. So you gain 1 life, and then you get smacked for like 5 because you're at the highest life total. So it actually works
one member
against
from
you.
a group from one clan in kind of another clan's area or territory.
The Dismal Backwater.
Like in the, I
It
think
doesn't
the
look that
Southeast
dismal.
one
That is a
from the
very
Triangle Cove, you
that
can
is
see, like,
the
Omens and
the
Caravan,
Dismal
you
Backwater.
can
If I had to
see
choose one
Jeskai,
Dismal Backwater to
Casters,
live in, it's
Monastery,
probably that
and then in
one.
the other cycle,
It looks
the
pretty
enemy,
pretty
really
chill.
playing up that enemy side, we just see the
That's
aftermath
like
of a brutal conflict between 2 different
Dismal
sides.
Lakeside
So it was
Resort.
very fun to kind of showcase the duality of what's happening on the plane.
Yeah, very cool.
Okay, rare
All right,
lands.
and we've also got some basic lands in the set that have
Oh,
some
they're
of
not
the
gonna
coolest art treatments.
So
Uh,
yes, they showed Dragon Skull Summit, not as a card, but as artwork. Oh, those are kind of cool too. The Dragon Eye ones. The Dragon's Eye ones are
basic
cool.
lands.
But
We're
those
gonna
are
talk
actually
about
kinda
where you can
sweet.
get these and
Those are
kinda
kinda sweet,
in a
too.
moment, but
Okay, so chat, if you're
these
building
are
a dragon
gorgeous
deck for
and they just
Commander,
give you that shadow of the dragon.
if you're building a dragon deck for Commander, are you going to go out of your way to specifically get lands with dragons on them from the set?
And
Is it worth
then,
it? Is it worth it?
The ones that got
Yeah,
quite
the
a
Dragon's
bit of
Eye.
response, rightfully so.
So we know that these are collector booster only. So I believe the Dragon's Eye ones are only collector booster. The Dragon Shadow, fingers crossed, you can get in any booster.
Close, you are definitely lunch.
I mean, assuming
Yeah, you would
also I'm assuming they're going to be cheap. I mean, if they're $5 a piece, that's I'm not going to go out and spend $5 a piece on basics. But if they're essentially free, I would get them. The Dragon's Eye ones look really cool.
There we are. All right,
Okay.
so there's going to be
So
a
play
collecting
boosters.
Tarkir Dragonstorm article.
Okay,
up
you can
on
get the dragons.
Daily
So you get the
MTG, where you'll
flying
be able to
ones
get
in
all the
collectors or
details,
play
but here
boosters.
is the
Play boosters, you
overview.
don't get the
So,
Dragon Eye.
Specifically
No
on
extended
those
art on
basic
Ghostfire,
lands,
no
the Draconic
serialized.
Presence basic lands, the first ones we showed with the Shadow, those are going to be found.
You'd
in
only get the
both play
foil.
and
Okay,
collector
so you can
boosters.
get
You can get them
non-foil fetches in the special guest slot and play boosters. You can get foil ones in collector
The
boosters.
Dragon's Eye basic lands are going to be found in
I wonder if those
collector
fetches
boosters.
will be that valuable.
And
How much are
then
the-
going down the
how much
list
are,
of
like, the
treatments, Draconic
expeditions?
cards, the treatments for any of the dragons and
Scalding Tarn, Zendikar
related
Rising
cards.
Expedition.
Those can be found in both play and collector.
These ones are kind of
the
ugly.
borderless reversible. So
But, like,
those
Zendikar
are
Rising-
the rare dragons plus Ugin that are the little baby on the one side, and the grown-up version on the other side. Those can be found in any.
I guess
the
they're not,
borderless
like,
clan
super-
cards, that we saw with Taigam. Those can be
OG
found
Zendikar
in
Expedition.
play or collector.
Those ones are
boosters.
pretty rare.
And then in collector boosters,
I guess
Dragon's
special
Eye
guests are
basic
kinda
lands,
rare.
You'll find those. You'll find
They
the
might
extended
actually be
art,
worth like
which is
$100 or
every
something.
set.
They might actually be
And then
kind of
the various
expensive.
Ghostfire treatments, the Ghostfire and the Halo foil Ghostfire treatments are going to be found there. The serialized headliner.
Play boosters have foils, don't they? I don't know. It's actually been a minute since I've opened play boosters. I'm pretty sure that you still get random foils in play boosters, right? They're not like guaranteed, but
video as,
you think it's gonna be
both
cheaper?
names as well.
I'll have to look at
as,
some past special guests
enemy fetch lands.
and see what their prices
Those can be
are.
found in both play
I feel
boosters
like it
and
should at
collector
least be on the
boosters.
high
You're
end of
also gonna
Scalding
see the non-foils
Tarns.
will be found in play boosters and the
Oh, you get one per pack. Okay, so it is guaranteed to get one per pack.
We've still got a few more things to show off before we sign off. So, Commander reveals are coming up, but they're not happening yet. Real quick, you're going to see the Jeskai Striker deck revealed on 319 on Command Zone. You're going to see Mardu Surge revealed on 320 on Infrusuentes.
Yeah, one commander deck a
Infrusuentes.
day starting
Sure.
in a
Solarian
couple of
Community
days.
College will be revealing Sultai
One deck a
Risen on
day.
321. Commander at Home on 324 will be revealing the Abzan Armor deck.
So I think it's
And
Wednesday,
the show
Thursday,
right here
Friday,
next week,
Monday,
we'll be
Tuesday.
revealing the Teamer Roar deck. So come back next week to talk about that deck. But we've got a couple Commander cards that you love. They're in basically every set, but they got Draconic upgrades here. So we've got Arcane Signet. Soul
They
Ring,
love making new art on these cards.
all
They love making new
highlighted
art on those
cards.
cards. Yeah, Tomer's planning on doing a video a
a
day
lot of
for
fun.
the
Because
Commander
there's no
days. So
Clan neutral
definitely
thing
expect to see that
showcase,
on the
so we
Commander
kind of
channel,
see
and I will
what was
be
most
I'll be covering the
thematic
main set
creation
stuff.
plans for the concept of the card.
All right, and then another card that is sure to be a favorite. There's going to be a play promo that you'll see. Again, you'll see how to get this at
okay.
dailymtg.com.
The Dragon
but
Dragon
we
Eye
are
Wastes.
making a Wastes version of the Dragon's Eye
Eh.
basic land.
I don't know why
This
you
will
need a
not
Dragon's
be
Eye
on the
basic
boosters.
land.
This is
Like,
gonna
why do you
be
need a
promo.
waste in a
There's no
dragon
boosters
deck?
here, Dragonstorm.
I guess
But,
Ugin,
we still
Brawl
want
or
to
something. That's probably okay. Okay, it's probably for like
so
Ugin
that's gonna
stuff.
be a
That
play
makes
promo.
sense.
Head to dailymtg.com to learn more about how to get this waste that goes perfectly with your Ugin deck.
They're probably gonna be
All
they're
right,
probably gonna
and
be kind of
then
expensive.
We just talked about the reversible cards that show the baby dragons. and the
Reversible
grown
cards is
dragons.
such
Secret
a
Lair wanted to get
Interesting
in on that.
idea.
So there's going
Oh,
to
God.
be a drop called "They Grow Up So Fast."
Of
That's
course.
going to be part of the Our Bosses.
What are
on
we getting,
Vacation
Blake?
Super drop starting March 24th at 9 a.m. And this is going to showcase some of our favorite dragons from original Tarkir block. So let's take a look at those. So again, these are reversible.
I mean, that is kind of
You're gonna
cute.
get Dragon Lord
Baby
Atarka here.
Atarka, big
Full force one.
Atarka.
Little baby Dragon Lord Atarka there on the right.
That is-
again,
that is
those
a
are
cool
reversible.
idea.
This is one card.
Probably not cool
Um,
enough that I
we'll
will
cycle through these as I
spend
talk
Secret
through.
Lair
This
money
drop
on it,
is gonna be available in
but
foil and non-foil.
Dragon Lord
for
Remoke is actually.
$39.99 for foil,
I feel like Dragon Lord Remoke is a good
$29.99
commander card
for
still.
Non-foil. Oh baby, Dragon Lord Remoke.
Ah, yeah. It's gonna be an
So
expensive
cute.
year as a Magic player, that's for
Because
sure.
my
Aw.
favorite.
Cole, I'm-
Chewing on the
he's learning
bone.
How to use the lightning. So this
No,
drop
no,
is
no,
going to
no.
feature the 5 original Dragon Lords from Dragons of Tarkir.
Are any of the Dragon
That
Lords
is
worth
reversible.
anything? Like, is this
You're obviously going to play with the baby side. I mean,
the one thing I say?
It's objectively the correct side to play
it's
with.
objectively the correct.
I don't know why
But
they
you know what? If you want to show that they're all grown up,
Dragon Lord Ojai
Do that
60
too.
cents.
the art is by Antonio Jose.
Dragon Lord Cole
and,
again.
Zanato.
$5.
You can head to magicsecretlair.com.
Slumgar,
Notified for when the sale begins.
$5.
Baby Silumgar might be my favorite.
Yeah, it's a pretty close one. I think
Yeah.
I'm still on Kolagon, but
Is
yeah, Silumgar's a
Dromoka?
good runner-up.
Is Dromoka worth it? Maybe Dromoka's the expensive
So
one.
those are adorable.
Dromoka's like
and
$10.
will be available
So I guess the
March
value is actually not.
24th.
It's actually not that bad.
We do have one more preview
10, 5, 5.
card before
It's
we
actually
go.
kind of
Before I
fair.
do
All right,
that,
last
a
preview.
couple things. As I
Oh,
said,
Blake.
next week's show, we're
Blake, I'm
going
gonna drop your rating. All right.
Teamer Roar Commander deck, so that'll be a good time.
He Blaked us again. All right, down to a C.
Also,
Down to C. I'm sorry, Blake. I tried to give you a good.
Vegas,
I tried to give
early
you a good
bird
rating
ad
today, but
sales and ticketed play. That is
making
all
us sit
starting
through this before showing the last spoiler card.
Thursday,
The rating's
March
dropping
20th
by the
at
second.
10 a.m. So MagicCon Vegas is always one of the highlights of the year.
Double face
This
card's
year's happening
kinda
in June,
interesting,
so a
though.
bit of a different time for Vegas.
I mean, I guess
The
the
early bird
backside
prices are
doesn't
gonna be
matter
available only
anymore,
until
so
March 28th.
we could do
So
double
that
sided cards all the
opens
time.
This Thursday, March
That would
20th
actually be a
at
way to get the
10
prices
a.m.
down.
All right, and reminder again, we have one more preview card, but
All right, what is
April
it?
4th. If you're looking forward to Tarkir Dragonstorm, is going to be your first chance to play at your local game store for a pre-release.
Blake.
This is going to be a big one, so
It's got to. This has got to
spot
be. This better be an
early.
epic card.
And
This better
then
be an
it's
epic
gonna
card, or
come
I'm going to be
to digital
disappointed.
platforms, Magic the Gathering Arena and Magic the Gathering Online.
It's got to be.
On April 8th, followed by the global release on April 11th. And with all that out of the way, we couldn't do this show without revealing at least one Spirit Dragon. So for our last preview,
I thought we saw
we've
the
got
Spirit Dragons.
Tevel, Arbiter of
Tevel,
Virtue.
Arbiter
So
of
2, a
Virtue.
black,
5
a
mana,
green,
6/6
and a blue.
flying,
It's all
lifelink.
Spirit
Spells you
Dragon.
cast
It's got
have
lifelink, it's got
delve.
flying, of course, 6/6.
That is an
Spells
obscene
you
ability.
cast have
Whenever you
delve.
cast a spell,
Nothing
you
bad
lose
has
life
ever
equal to.
happened
Oh.
with that ability before.
Oh.
And whenever you cast a
Oh.
spell, you lose.
Okay. Well, that is a interesting card. I don't know if I've ever went from broken to unplayable so fast. At first, when I read the start of it, 5 mana 6/6 flying lifelink spells you cast have delve. I was like, oh my god, this card's gonna be insane. But then, if you have to lose life equal to the mana value of not just the spells that you delve, but any spell that you cast, I don't know. Yeah, I think this is a card that the ceiling is busted, like incredibly high. The floor is it doesn't see any
Whenever
play
you
at
cast a
all.
spell,
That is
you lose life
also
equal to its mana value.
that is also
You
possible.
probably
That it just
don't.
straight up does not see any
Maybe
play.
you're a Death Shadow kind of person.
It's probably a build around that. Because if you, I mean, in Commander, it's probably going to be busted. Because in Commander, it's in black, right? So you can just be like, play this Exsanguinate. Can you imagine, like, delving an Exsanguinate to exile a whole bunch of cards to up the X cost and gain back 3 times as much life? Like, it seems very easy if you build around it. It's going to be absolutely insane. In Standard, I don't know if we can play it. I feel like in Standard, it reminds me of Speed Demon. In Standard, I was like, I'm going to play Speed Demon. And then I was like, oh, draw 4 cards, lose 4 life. I guess I just die. I feel like it's going to be a card that kills you some percentage of the time, unless you can build, like, the right synergy or combo. I don't think you can just jam it in, like, a generic Sultai mid-range deck and be like, I'm just going to play this and get value out of it. I think you're going to end up dying as you cast your spells. But there's probably a way to build around it where it's going to be absolutely busted. I like it. I actually really like the card. I think it's a super cool design.
Beautiful continuity, but it really
This and
turned out, all of it
Ugin.
turned out so amazing.
I mean,
And
Ugin.
I
I love
love
the
that-
teal color.
Yeah.
Well, this is our last spoiler. All right, if you want to see the endings of the WotC stream, you can watch it over at Magic. We're gonna do a little.
That's it for today.
Oh, that's it. Perfect. That's the end of the previews. Let's wrap this up, and then I gotta do the spoiler video for the YouTubes. I gotta say, chat, I am so happy. This is which of the goldfish are going to Vegas? I believe everyone is gonna be at Vegas. I gotta say, I'm incredibly happy. My hype level was already really high. It was a 9 going into spoilers. It's a 10 now. This is exactly what I wanted out of Returning to Tarkir. This is literally exactly what I wanted. There's no Loots and Kellens that are changing the story. There's none of that goofiness. There's no hats. This is just Tarkir. It's Tarkir. It's so nostalgic. It reminds me of 10 years ago with Siege Rhinos, with Mantis Riders, with all that stuff. It looks like Tarkir again. It's got really cool basics. It's got some really exciting card designs like that Ugin, like jaw-dropping. These new Spirit Dragons, really exciting. It's exactly what I was hoping for. Like, I don't know if there's ever been a set where Wizards just absolutely nailed it, 100% of what I would have wanted out of this set. And I know not what I want doesn't really matter because everyone wants different things. But in this case, I wanted Tarkir to feel like Tarkir. I didn't want to have like when we returned to Zendikar, it was a bunch of Eldrazi or anything like that. And this it feels like more Tarkir. And it's got like the fetch lands and it's got cool art. It's just absolutely awesome. It's so much of what I'm hoping for. The big remaining question is, what are the lands going to be? Do you think, here's my question for you, chat. Last question. Do you think them not spoiling the lands today is a good sign or a bad sign for it being a strong land cycle? Like, did they not show off the lands today because the land cycle is so good? They want to save it and be able to like use it to promote something else? Or do you think they didn't show it off today because it's actually Dragon Skull Summit or something like that people are just not going to be super hyped for? I don't think they can have no rare lands. I think you have to, in like a wedge set, I think you have to, unless you're just going to lean on the cheaty like common gain lands and those artifacts to fix triomes, tri-fetches, behold lands. You could actually push them pretty hard if they were behold lands. Try behold lands actually kind of makes sense. Like, triomes that don't have the land types, but they can enter untapped if you behold a dragon. New green dragon at top. Wait. New green. Oh, okay. Bloom. Last card, and then I gotta go to the spoiler video for the YouTubes. Bloom Vine Regent, 5 mana dragon. It's a 4/5. It says flying. Whenever this creature, another dragon you control enters, you gain 3 life. All right, that's not bad. Like a little I don't know, Swag Tusk action. That was not said well. Swag Tusk action. 3 mana sorcery. Search your life for up to 2 basic forest cards. Reveal them. Oh boy. Okay, it's a cultivate. It's a cultivate for only basic forest. Oh, that's very good, right? That's just beautiful card design. That's just beautiful card design because it curves into itself, right? So turn 1, Llanowar Elves. Turn 2, claim the territory, get your forest. Turn 3, drop down the Bloom Vine Regent, get a 4/5 flyer. This card, I think, the only problem I have with it for Commander is it makes you get basic forests. And I don't really like to play a lot of basics in my decks, especially if they're not monocolored decks. So that's going to be an issue for like 3, 4, 5 color decks. I probably just don't have enough basic forests for it. But in something like mono green or 2 color decks, oh, right, disregard my curving into it. Yeah, you're right. It looks like an adventure, but it's not. It's an omen. Yes, you were correct, chat. Good call. But I still think it's a very solid card, right? The dragon side good, the claim's good. Just disregard the curving part of it. This set's sweet. Well, chat, final question. We always do it. Hype level, up or down now that we've seen the spoilers? I know earlier today, it was a lot of 8s and 7s and 9s. Like, there was already pretty high hype level. There were a few people that were on the lower end, but most of the chat was on the higher end. Now that we've seen it, where are we at? Are we going up? Are we going down? Oh, I'm up. I was already high, and I'm going up. What is that? This is what I've been waiting for. This is exactly what I wanted out of Tarkir, so well done on this one, Wizards. Like, seriously, absolutely nailed it. It's pretty sweet to have some good vibes going, but wow. Anyway, everyone, I gotta go do a spoiler video for the YouTube. So it's gonna take a little bit, but that's gonna be coming out in a few hours. Reminders on the way out the door. Replay YouTube for the old streams, normal YouTube, spoilers, gameplay, all that stuff. One more shout out to Card Kingdom. And most importantly, thank you to all of you. I know there's a ton of places that you can go watch spoilers and do all this stuff. I appreciate you hanging out and having fun. Y'all are amazing. I love y'all. Enjoy the Dragonstorm stuff. Check out the spoiler video a bit. I'll be back next week, and yep, I will talk to you soon.